All right. Welcome to Manifesting Your SP. This is Prosperous Living with Toyia. You're new here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button. Share because you care. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm streaming on both TikTok and on YouTube. On TikTok, tapping is clapping. Make sure you hit that follow button as well. We're going to talk manifesting tonight. We're going to talk about manifesting an SP, which is your specific person, whether that is, manifesting an ex back, best friend, having a good relationship with in-laws, bosses, co-workers, employees, whomever. You can manifest whatever. All things are possible with manifestation. Understanding that you are the main character in your reality and you get to dictate your reality. Right? You get to dictate your reality. Since you are the main character in your script, you write the terms and conditions when it comes to your relationships, and all relationships can be transformed. All relationships can be renewed. All relationships are reconcilable. You just have to determine that that's what you want to do. Some people would just rather walk away, and sometimes that's the best answer, just to walk away. But all relationships are redeemable, and it requires that you change. That's the only requirement. It's not the requirement of the other person to change. The requirement is for you to change. That's how you manifest your desires. You have to change. You leave the world alone, as Neville Goddard reminds us, and you change yourself. No one to change but self. So if you want a better relationship, you have to change you. I know a lot of people want to get in relationships and they want to make people over. They want to make people act the way they want them to act, think the way they want them to think, dress the way, eat a certain way, have certain friends, Nope. That's not how it works. Things don't change until you do. That's how it goes. That's the way life is. I know it to be true. It's not a theory. And you can know it to be true for yourself. All you have to do is test it out. Hey, the artist. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So welcome YouTubers, welcome TikTokers as we talk manifestation. This is a manifestation-based platform. We understand that our thoughts are things and our beliefs create our reality. And if we want a different reality, we have to what? Change our beliefs. And that's regarding every area of your life. And that includes relationships. Regardless of the type of relationship that you have, you can change it. Like I said, whether it's a significant other, your spouse, your lover, if you're in a polyamorous relationship, polygamous relationship, it doesn't matter. Whether you're an employee or an owner, entrepreneur, you have employees or you work for someone or you're contractual, whatever it is, in-laws, cousins, siblings, it does not matter. You get to tell the story, you get to write the story. And so with this SP Fridays, as we're going to call them SP Fridays, we're chomping at the bit. We're mulling it over, going over in our minds about making it a speed dating time for those of you looking for your significant other. So we just have to get like a consensus of those of you that would like to, take it there, that you wouldn't mind finding, dating online, right? Finding someone to date and get to know better, and you find that person online. That's how I found my husband. I found my husband online. So I know what I'm talking about. I did it. And I know people that did it and are still married, happily married. that found their significant other online. So it is possible. You don't want to operate in fear though. You don't want to be doing it, scared. You want to do it in trusting your instincts, trusting your intuition, knowing that it'll be safe. You'll do all the necessary vetting that you need to do. You'll do things that make you feel good about the situation. Hey, 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 she reveals after 50. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So if you're looking for your significant other, or you're trying to manifest your significant other back, whatever it is that you're desiring, we were going to open up the panel, and we're not going to wait to 10K. So if you want to come up and talk, we're not going to deal with the parameters of 10K the easy way, but continue to like the live though, because tapping is clapping. And the only reason why I set the parameters at 10K to make sure that we get our likes up. Let me see. Hold on for a second now. Let's make sure my door is closed. I hear background noise. No, my door was not closed. So I was hearing noise in the background. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Rachel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Oh, thank you, Ray, all day. Thank you, thank you. Come on up. You want to talk manifesting, SP, getting those relationships in order. Hey, 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 Latoxic.
Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good.
Welcome back. We're back.
Right. Yes, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
Yes, yes, yes. Manifesting Fridays, manifesting that SP.
Period.
Specific person. Whether you're trying to reestablish relationships with in-laws, significant others, friendships, bosses, employees, partners, it does not matter. Every relationship can be restored and made right. Hey, hey, DNA. Hey, 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 DNA. Mindset matters. Yes. SP means specific person. So if you have a particular person in mind that you would like to manifest, you're like, oh, yeah, this person, I really like them. I want this to be, or you want to bring them back into your experience, right? You broke up, you're not feeling so good about it. You would like to reestablish that relationship, or you feel like you're having marital issues. Look, everything can be made right. Every relationship can be made right. You just got to decide that that's what you want. And you don't go about trying to change the other person. The only person you need to change is you. That's it. That's all. Not Ray, you silly. Not you don't want to get your ponytail snatched. You're funny. All right, so did you have anything you want to say, Latoxic? I know you were the first up on the panel, so.
You know what? I know that we had this part of the conversation yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking about some of the stories. So I've been listening to a lot of the Neville lectures, and I've been thinking about like some of the stories he tells and stuff like that. And sorry, my nose is still stuffed up. I'm still getting over sinus issues. But it made me think about, like, do you remember that story where he was saying that he had an editor that he was working with, and the editor was so like flat, just did not give any kind of good feedback, and so he would like send a story or send some writing or whatever to this editor, and the editor wouldn't say hardly anything, and then he was like, each time he kept going back and saying like, okay, this time I'm gonna make him say that it was stupendous, or that it was whatever he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he did that a couple times. So obviously that's a very like specific situation.
Mm-hmm.
But it made me think about how, like, when like the common things that I hear in the manifestation community about like manifesting an SP
Mm-hmm.
are based on like change behavior, like, or I want them to do this, or I want them to do that, blah, 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 blah. Versus like a material change in the situation. Like, whatever. Our parents don't like that we're together,
Okay.
So, like, I've seen a lot of people do, like, oh, like, I want to manifest a text or manifest a call or manifest or whatever. So, what I'm trying to say is that I think that I'm trying to, like, gauge the difference between doing something, like, hyper specific, like sometimes Neville talks about. Obviously, that's not the majority of the stories that he tells.
Yeah, well, you heard about the story with his wife, right?
Which one?
He had the story about, because he had a story with his wife, and he had a story with another person that had an employer that they weren't didn't have a good relationship with. So the one lady,
Yes, the lady
right,
with the makeup art. Was she a makeup artist or something? Or
something,
she
yeah,
was a
some type of artist or something,
Yeah.
or she worked for someone and they never congratulated her, told her she was doing good work, right? And he said, well, what kind of conversations are you having in your mind about the person, right? And he was like, I bet you're arguing with them in your mind.
Yes.
And right, and she agreed to it. And he told her, well, as you go to work, create the, have the conversation within your mind that they're actually complimenting you, and change the way you're having that conversation in your mind. And he said in like less than a week, that whole relationship changed, that the person actually started complimenting her. And, and I want to say it might have been his wife, because he talked about it another time, because she eventually ends up leaving, and they told her if she ever wanted to come back, she could, because that's just how much the relationship had turned around with her
Wow, I never
employer.
heard that part of the story. Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was his wife. I haven't listened.
I can't remember it, but the stories are kind of similar. But the first time the first time I heard it, he didn't say it was his wife, but then he talks about his wife, and it's almost a very similar story.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, so like I said, in my mind, I'm just like, oh, like, like, for example, I will say this. I was thinking that, which I forgot to tell you about this yesterday, but I had an SP who I ended up breaking things off with. Like, we ended up breaking things off. And I was like, oh my God, I just really want him to reach out to me. I really want him to reach out to me. Da, da, da. Around that same time, a different ex reached out to me. And I was like, maybe I just wasn't specific enough. Like, maybe I just wasn't like, I was, it was nice, but it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that's not who you want to hear from. You wanted to hear from a specific
I
person.
feel like I put it out there maybe a little too broadly. So I guess, so my mind is like, well, because anyway, sorry.
No, I get it. You're like, okay, I wanted a specific ex to reach out. It was close, but no cigar. Almost doesn't count, right? Like, it was almost that, so it's like, oh, okay, so I can get an ex to reach out, but that's not
Right.
so rewrite the story. Okay, like that's not the part I wanted to be played. Do it again.
Okay, period.
Right? Do it again.
Yeah.
Right.
That second ex had me blocked. Which I didn't know. I didn't know I was blocked. So let me just start there. But eventually, at some point, it's not important. The point is that it was like I was blocked. I guess I didn't know about that. But until later. But yeah, so it worked pretty well, is what I'm trying to say. But it just didn't work on the right person.
Because all you have to say is, oh no, he's gonna text. You ignore the thing that you don't want, and then continue just to focus on the thing you do want. But did you continue to focus on what you did want? Did you get so caught up in what you did?
No, I got caught up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, I got too caught up. I was like, well, why won't he do? He's just being stubborn.
Oh, right. So you let the circumstances dictate.
Yep.
You're supposed to ignore it, because it's just like you order something and they don't bring it back the way you want it. Are you going to accept it? You're going to complain about, like, how dare you bring me the wrong thing? Or are you going to say, this is not what I ordered? Can I get what I ordered? Yeah. Like, you don't even have to pout. You don't have to make no argument. You don't have to cause no scene. Just like I ordered for well done and you sent me rare.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Period.
don't bring the same, don't recook the same steak either. Make me own.
Okay.
Cause I'm paying for this. Like this ain't for
Fresh.
free.
Okay. I had to do that Father's Day. We went out to dinner and they gave me a sandwich. I thought I ordered a burger. Anyway, I'm the kind of person, I'm not gonna be rude ever, but I'm always gonna be like clear and direct with
Right.
people.
Right. Okay.
But I mean, with waiters and stuff like that, I will be rude to rude people. But with waiters, I'm never rude, right? So But anyway, my brother was so uncomfortable. He was like, "Why are you,
Oh, you supposed to accept something that you didn't order?
Exactly. I was like, who's paying for this meal out here? Who are you, what are we doing here? Because
some people just get right along to get along. Just gonna do it.
Exactly. I can order what the hell I want. I'm paying for this. I'm paying for my meal. These right. So, but yeah, he was so bothered. Right? I was like, you do realize I can order what I want and I can get what I want.
Right. Exactly. It's so same with the SB.
Period.
Like what? No settling, no compromises here. Yep. We have a tendency to do that though. We be like, oh, it's close. So maybe I should just, change a little bit what I want because, he's such a nice guy. They're such a pretty girl, but you don't really like a lot of their characteristics, but because you have the fear of thinking you can't get what you want or the fear of being alone, you're going to lessen what you want just because, well, at least they're chosen. No, who's doing the choosing? You got to stop being the pick me, right?
Period.
No, you don't pick me. We choose each other. Right?
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
No settling that part.
And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And so we have Brucier. How you say that? Brucier? Bruiser. Okay, Bruiser. Welcome.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
I don't know if I can manifest it, but I guess in my life there's only been one woman I would ever consider spinning the block on.
Okay.
But all other women pale in comparison to her. So I just kind of learned to live with the fact that any woman I get after that is going to be a silver medalist. You understand? Like every other
No, I do not understand. Cause are we going to totally like leave that relationship in the past, and so now every woman has to measure up to someone that's no longer existing in your life? Do you think that's fair to whoever? Then why not just get back with that person? Why are you trying to replace a person and then tell them they're always to be competing against someone they'll never be because they're themselves, and now you're telling them, well, you're not good enough. You don't act like her. You don't look like her. You don't talk like her. So you really not. Is that you want to put someone through that?
Because she set the bar so high that I don't see a lot of women that match that.
Well,
she set the bar extremely high.
Okay, so you get what you say. So if you don't believe that there are other women like that, then you'll always encounter that. You'll always see women as falling short. You have to let go of that mindset if you truly want to fall in love with the right one.
And this one was pretty special, man.
Okay, so why y'all not together? What's going on?
Because of her job, she moved across the world. So.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's like, damn. It's like everyone else is like a substitute teacher, like a silver medalist, So it's like I be trying to try, but I just be like, damn, like I really be trying, but a little afterward, I be starting to see the defect.
Interesting.
Like where this person is flawed, and I mean.
So what do you want then?
This woman, she was smart. She was good looking. She was big in philanthropy. So I mean, she had a charitable spirit. But I mean, because of her job and the type of work that she did, she had to go across the world to I think she helps children.
Oh, okay.
That are sick.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's hard to believe a woman like that dedicates her life to that wouldn't be a good mother, a good wife. So that's the standard I judge other women by. And after you deal with that, you kind of can't go back. You understand? You can't go back. So that's the place I'm at right now. Yeah.
So what do you want? Do you just want to be single and you just gonna pine after this woman? Like, what is it? What do you want?
I gotta find somewhere to detox, or I don't know. I'm just stuck in limbo. I'm stuck in limbo because I just feel like, damn, like.
So you don't think that you all can be together? So if it's only her job, it was nothing else. It was just her job. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, just the work situation. And
okay, so do you know if you truly desire to be with this woman, you can manifest where her job keeps y'all close. Like the job would not be an interference to you all being together. She still gets to have her career and you can be with her. So if that's not something you want, I mean,
I have obligations here. I can't.
No, I'm not telling you that you would have to move to her. That's not what I said. I didn't say that you would go chase her around the world. I did not say that. I said that the job would not be a distance between you two. It would not keep you all from being together, is what I said.
Yeah, but I've just accepted reality.
Okay. So we don't deal in reality over here. We operate in Delulu land. We operate in reality in a vicinity that all things are possible and there are no limitations.
I get that, but I'm a man. I gotta be realistic. So maybe I'll just learn to settle for another woman. But I'll be settling.
You sound very like, woe is me.
Oh, thank you for diagnosing me.
I mean, that's what you sound like.
Did I hire you as a therapist? I just wanted to.
I didn't say I was a therapist.
All right, thank you.
Just saying. You can
I have a question. If she was that amazing, why you didn't follow her?
Because it was too early, and I have family to take care of in New York.
So she isn't that amazing.
How is she not amazing?
You didn't go.
All right.
Because if my SP come right now, I'm leaving motherfucking text.
All right, listen. I didn't want to say this, but this seems like a comprehension thing.
Oh no!
Oh, he left. So he was mad that we wasn't, dealing in reality. He's
what
like,
are you come up here for? Is what I'm trying to figure out. What are you coming here for?
Yeah, I guess it's all. I guess the relationship, because I got relationship talk, right? Relationship tea. So he just wanted to talk about. He didn't want a resolution, right? He didn't want an answer. He just wanted to talk about how he'll never find anyone that measured up to the love that was lost. Okay, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. You're not going to find you're exactly right. Nothing I can do with that. You're right. You're not going to find anyone that measures up to the love that you lost. Now I can't do anything with that. You're exactly right. Okay.
Learned helplessness. He has accepted defeat.
Yeah, well,
that wasn't no love lost. Did y'all hear what he said when T asked him like what was so special? And what he said was she was giving and she had a philanthropist heart. She was spending a bag. That's what it was. She was spending a bag, and these other women are not going to be spending that bag. He never said she was beautiful, she was kind, none of that. He said she was philanthropist.
He did say she was beautiful.
She had a beautiful spirit or something like that, which means that was so beautiful.
Yeah, he did say beautiful spirit. He described Mother Teresa.
Yeah, he but I'm not judging because, we both were looking for the same thing.
No, I didn't say
but I just...
But there's a whole lot of women out here who would trick on men.
Yeah. That's not like her.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we're just gonna move along. He's gone. He dropped off the panel. He dropped off the face of this panel. So
he sounded a little unemployed.
He sure did.
Y'all silly. Y'all are silly. Y'all gonna eat these men. Don't eat them. Be easy on them.
Are never highly paid because he don't sound like he applied for the job. He sound like, I knew somebody better than
don't eat the men. Don't eat the men up. We gonna let the artists go.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. He wanna come back up because y'all eating them.
They not gonna want to come up if Mia get on them.
Okay, I'm gonna be nice.
That'd be nice. Okay.
All right, just want to be clear for anyone listening. This is a solution-oriented panel.
I'm a problem solver by by nature, by trade. But I'm smart. I'm just gonna smile.
Hello,
So
Janae.
far
Hello, welcome, YouTubers. All right, go ahead, the artist. How are you doing?
Hey, Auntie Toyia.
Hey,
I'm good. Hey, everybody.
good.
Um, no, I just wanted to kind of tap in because I was actually I was thinking about this earlier today. In terms of whether I wanted to manifest my SP back or if I just wanted to re-identify. And I felt like it was probably easier to just like re-identify because there was a lot in that particular connection that didn't necessarily. I know that I feel as if I go back into it, I'm gonna carry some of those old thoughts that I have subconscious about that particular connection.
Okay.
So in order to just save face and not, maybe I just don't want to have to do all that work. But all in all, I don't know. I'm trying to get to a point where I can now identify with the type of partnership that I want and companionship that I want. And I'm not gonna say it's difficult because I don't want to speak negative on it. But when it comes to like creating the space for myself to receive that type of person, I found that the last time I sat in my kitchen, and this is how I got my ex. I sat in my kitchen, was washing my dishes, and I just started thinking about all of the things that, I wanted my companion to look like and feel like, and, things of that nature. Now, I don't think I did a good job because what I got from that particular relationship was a lot of the superficial stuff. Like I wanted them to, be able to hold their own, have their own income and things like that. I wanted to also be in a position where I could provide, and I was happy to provide, where I was well loved, and I think they were mature. I wanted to date someone that was a little bit older.
Okay.
And I got like all of that except for the well loved, and I forgot to put like I want to be with someone who's respectful. Because I got everything to the T, but I didn't get specific. Like Latoxic was saying, I wasn't specific with like, how do I feel when I'm around that person? Or, how does this person treat me? And how do they hold my emotions? And how, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't get like super specific about it, but I will say I did get a good majority of what it is that I wanted. So now I'm just learning how to rewrite the script so that I can be a little bit more specific.
Okay. You put a lot of responsibility on them.
You're cutting out. If you were speaking, you're cutting out.
Yeah, we can't hear you. If you are talking, we can't hear you now.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But because I haven't had a partner like that, I guess I'm trying to figure that actually fits all of the things that I desire in a partnership. I guess my question is, because even in a past relationship, I identified as the type of person I wanted to show up as. It was just the person that I received wasn't necessarily in alignment with the work that I had been doing, put it that way. So now I'm like, all right, do I continue to become the type of person that person can truly say they want to be with, or do I focus more of my attention on visualizing how that person shows up in my life?
It's really about
like,
it's really about how you show up. Putting too much emphasis on what they're doing. Because when you're with someone, it's not about making them over. It's about enjoying the person that presents themselves and not looking for them any wrongness in them. Eyes too pure to behold iniquity. To them that are pure, all things are pure. So it's not like people go into these relationships and they're looking for them to check off boxes. Because think about that from the flip side, right? When someone comes into your space, do you want them looking at you and like, let me see what's wrong with you? Let me see how you need to be different. Let me see what you need to do to make me feel good. Let me see what you need to do to make me happy. Is that what you want when someone comes into you to come into a relationship with you? You want them looking at you under a microscope and trying to find out all your flaws, all of your characteristics that need to be changed about you? Or do you want somebody to love you just as you are? Take me as I am.
Yeah, that's crazy because that was exactly the way that situation panned out, and maybe it will. It literally panned out that way. So maybe, yeah, maybe I am, because I got that energy of, all right, well, I'm looking for the things that could be wrong, or maybe I'm just looking at it instead of seeing. But I mean,
it's like it's like you're trying to do build a bear. Like, let me build a type of, instead of just saying, I'm a great person and I'm going to attract a great person. And how they show up in display love may not be the way I would do it, but because I love them and I want to experience them because they are kind, because they are generous, because they are respectful, I'm just going to take them as they're, and I'm going to enjoy them. Instead of going into a relationship trying to find out what's wrong and how you can correct it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Enjoy getting to know the person. Right? And if you're someone that's generous, right, and they're saying, oh, I like this type of perfume, and you're a giving person, okay, well, I heard them say they like a perfume, so let me buy this for them. And they're also listening to you when they're hearing things that you like, and then they're going to do that for you. And they, so it's a give and take type relationship, but they don't need to be a certain way to make you happy. But it sounds like you want them to be a certain way, and then you'll be happy. If they're not showing up exactly the way you need them to, then you can't be happy with the relationship. And are they responsible for making you happy? Whose responsibility is that for you to be secure within yourself and feel happy about you? Is it the person that comes into your life responsibility?
No, it's mine. I guess you're right. Like, I'm thinking I need to get specific, but it sounds like you're saying get more general and kind of just live in the end of that. But that's the thing. I showed up as all of the things that I wanted in a connection. I think I said yes too soon to someone, opposed to allowing that thing that I truly wanted to come. So, I'm listening to you, especially when you said, take your time. And sometimes we get so caught up on being alone and stuff like that. Well, I think at that point, I had all of the evidence to know whether that was for me, and it wasn't. And I think I still just kind of wanted the companionship. So now I know, get general, live in the end, be that person,
Right. It's not even about being general. I think you can be specific, but are you enjoying the dating process? Like, are you all in your head trying to find out where is this going to go instead of being in a moment and where it is? Are you trying to forecast the relationship or experiencing the relationship develop? Because that's what I had. I had to stop forecasting the relationship and just be in a moment. In this moment, we're on a date and we're just going to enjoy this moment. And then the next date, and we're going to enjoy that moment. Then the next date, and we're going to enjoy it. Like, we're going to be in a moment. I'm going to forecast, until we decide, okay, we're going to be exclusive, or this is going to lead to marriage and that type of thing. But enjoy getting to know the person without putting all of this pressure on them to be a certain way or for you to be a certain way. Like, it should be effortless. There should be no work involved. It should not be work for you to show up as you are. You should be free in that. You should be free that I don't care how goofy I am, how sensitive I am, how whatever, they appreciate that. They're not judging me. They're not looking to correct me, And not to say that you're not going to, that people aren't going to do some things and you're like, I don't really like that. And if they really like you, then they're going to, and you're not asking to change a personality trait. You're just saying, hey, I appreciate it if you didn't do such and such a thing because I'm a little, I got some work to do, and be patient with me. Because again, the responsibility is not on them to make you feel good. But as long as you know that you're making them alert to something that may make you feel insecure or uncomfortable, but you understand it's a you problem, not a them problem. Because they're not making you feel any way. You're choosing to feel that way based on their interaction with you. It's always a choice.
Okay, I'll let somebody else speak, but I got.
No, you good. You good. You good.
So and this is just talking manifestation. When you realize that somebody is showing up in a way that's like, I'm not like disrespectful or not really considerate, or maybe they don't offer you the same type of reciprocity that you offer them, or gentleness, or whatever the case may be. When those things happen, that's still me creating that. So.
Yeah, I didn't have to worry about when I decided I deserved a good man, there was no disrespect ever going to rear his ugly head. That just was impossible. Because I had decided a good man is not going to be disrespectful towards me. He's not going to be dishonest towards me. He's not going to manipulate me. He's not going to try to control me because he's a good man. And good men do not do that. So I didn't have to worry about
Facts.
that. And if I
Okay.
did feel insecure about things, it was me creating the insecurity. That was a me problem, never my husband's problem. And even though we talked about and discussed it, I owned it that it was me, and I just need to work through that because that was some old stuff trying to come back. And I hate to make sure that it was dead and gone, bury it. Never did get up again. But because he's a good man, guess what he gonna do? Gonna be right there with me through it as I deal my security up, as I understand that this man is here for me and he only want me, and we gonna be together.
I respect. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, we always attract, we attract who we are. A lot of times, that's only say we could, but here's the thing. When they say you attract who you are, not what you want, you attract what you give your attention to. So you're giving your attention to the very things you don't want to happen and then wonder why they're happening. Well, you can't say, I don't want this. You're saying, I do want this, because consciousness doesn't know no. It only knows attention. You're giving your attention to the thing you don't want to see and then wonder why you're seeing it. Because you're looking for red flags, you're going to find them. I'm sorry. When you look for them, they're going to show it to you. It's going to happen. It's inevitable because you already decided that red flags are a thing. And so guess what? They're going to be a thing for you. One a thing for me. But if you say it's a red flag, baby, it's going to show you how many red flags there are. And it's going to get more than you bargained for. Because it's always pressed down, shaken together, running over.
Auntie, okay, you heard me.
No, not you. This is not just for you. This is for everybody everybody who listens. Now, remember, I'm never just talking to the person I'm having a conversation with. I'm always talking to
I know, but I feel that because at midnight, the day before we broke everything off, I wrote a whole list about all the things where I was like, this relationship's not gonna work because that. So that's why I felt like it was. You gave me exactly what I needed, put it that way. So I appreciate that. Now just do the opposite. All the things that I appreciate, what it is that I like, those things. I need to focus.
Fall in love with you. Fall in love with you. Take the attention off them and put the attention on you. You got the attention on you. The mirror is for who?
For me.
It's never for the other person. The other person only what? Reflects you. The person is your mirror. So if you're dealing with insecurities, they're going to magnify the insecurities in you. You got to work on that. They're not causing you to be insecure. You're causing yourself. You're the one insecure, and they're not making you insecure. You don't trust. They're not distrusting. You don't trust. You don't believe that you don't even trust your own instincts to pull in the right person. And so you want to blame them for not being the right person as if they got there on their own. No, you're the magnet. You attracted it. You brought them into your experience. They're there because of you. They're showing you who you are, not who they are. Because when they're showing you who they are, you should be able to accept who they are because you accept who you are. And everybody's not going to think the same. Everybody's not going to do stuff the same, right? When you're in a relationship and you cook a certain way, you're like, man, I wish they did it. Why do they need to clean up like you? Why do they need to spend money like you? Why do they need to save like you? They're them. And if it's the right person, the things that they do, it's going to be a unit. It's going to be complementary. It's going to be complementary. Hey, Mia. Welcome. Thank you, Art the Artist. You definitely appreciate you're always so candid and vulnerable. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Go ahead, Mia.
Okay. So I know we have been talking and I have been thinking about, I have my whole little SP thing, but then I just kind of wanted to think back to like dating thing. I realized I had never courted before or been courted until that SP my SP. And I realized that I had no business getting married. I wasn't as mature as I probably should have been as a married woman. Like I really honestly don't even feel like I became a grown ass woman until after my divorce. Like, my divorce was the best thing that happened to me, literally. But I learned that I was extremely immature. I had never been, I don't know, it's very weird because I met my ex-husband, like we said, online dating when I was like 20, about to turn 21. I was in college, I worked nights, I was not a clubber, not out there in the social scene a whole lot. Back then, now I am. But back then I wasn't. Mm-hmm. And I met him, we were in a long distance relationship. I was from Houston, he was from Waco. And we talked, and he moved down here. He moved from Waco to Houston to be with me because I was the one in college and I was the one that had the state job. And my mom, may she rest in peace, she worked at the same state job. Both my parents worked and retired from that same state job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And my mom got him on out there and all that stuff. And then we ended up getting engaged and getting married. He had no business getting married, and neither did I. I had never even lived alone. Like, I grew up with my parents, me and my sister, and then me and my sister moved out together and lived together. And then when we both got engaged and got married, we both separated. I lived with my ex-husband. So I've never even lived alone. Mm-hmm. And the way me and my ex-husband kind of met and got together, I never got to experience traditional being courted. And he locked me down. He took my whole 20s. Mm. And I was real fine too. I was in a gym, I just got fine, and he swooped me up. I'm like, damn. But I was so shy, introverted, and I just was not out there like that. And so it was just all about him. I met him in 2005. And he was all I knew. And I feel like I was attached to, and it took me a long time to detach from him. And even now that we're not even on good terms, we were on good times, but we weren't. And there's a lot of emotional give and take with him and me that's not very good. And I was hurt by it, and I've tried my hardest to get over it, but it was not a good. I had no business getting married. Mm. But I'm so glad I'm not married anymore. I'm just mad I got divorced at damn 38, 39. I'm mad I wasn't younger.
But y'all was in it. Y'all was in it.
I don't believe in divorce. I don't even have any family members that divorced ever. And I have a big family. So divorce is not, my family is a very different family in a good way. Mm-hmm. And I dealt with a lot of bullying and stuff in school, and a lot of girls, and I don't say this to be away, but people used to literally be jealous of me because I had a great family. On the weekends, we would go to dinner, go to movies, and I just came from a very traditional, good Black family, middle class, regular family. Both my parents worked, they ain't made no money, but we had everything we needed. Right. We went on vacations, but I lived a very square, cookie cutter life, and I didn't experience a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So literally, it's very different. So
yeah, because you're also a church girl, right?
Yeah, but not a big church girl. Okay. Meaning that, I'm a church girl, but a church girl.
Right, because I would say that probably played a role in you getting married so early. Because that's what you're conditioned to do in church, to go for a good wife, right? Like a man finds a good wife, finds a good thing. Like, that's ingrained in you. And it's soon, and so that's like, that's our destination, marriage.
I have a lot of families in my family, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have a family full of broken homes.
Right.
I have a lot of families, I have a lot of educated people on my dad's side. I have a lot of people that just have whole families. Like, my brother is the product of a deadbeat father. But my mom met my dad when he was 2 years old, and that's all he knew. But my brother chose to stay in South Carolina. It's a big manipulative story that my grandmother manipulated, and my mom dealt with that. But my mom let him stay there. Okay. And my dad and her got married, and my sister was a newborn, and we moved to Texas.
Okay.
I'm the only person born in Texas. But my brother, we grew up, it's been wonderful. And my dad is his dad.
Right.
But my brother never knew his dad. Okay. His dad was always around, didn't do anything for him. And my brother is an entrepreneur, videographer, photographer, has his own studio. He has 3 daughters. He has a wife. He has no outside children.
Right.
So I have a wonderful family of uncles, and I just don't know anything. So it's really hard being out here in the dating world and wanting traditionalism and wanting something normal So when I met my SP that I want, he was everything traditional, everything normal, and he courted me, and I was like, oh, because even being courted is rare these days. You know, sometimes you don't always meet men that really know how to court you in that traditional way. So he was very traditional in how he courted me and how he treated me and how he talked to me. But he came from a traditional family in New Orleans as well. So I want that, but you talking to somebody who never really dated before that gets all of that at 38, 39 years old. You know, I think I manifested not having children. Because when I was a little girl, it's really kind of funny. You know, I'm a clown, so let me lighten the mood. So I saw the Aaron Hall video, I Miss You. You remember that? I don't know if you remember. I miss you. I'm talking to you, baby. In the video, his wife unalived during childbirth. I'm over here watching Video Soul. I'm a child. I'm like, oh my God, you can unalive having a baby? I'm a natural avoidant, so I avoid aversive things. So and I saw this little girl, like, I ain't having no kid. I can unalive having a baby. Got stuck in my head. And then I just like, I don't want a baby. And then I was just like, I don't want pain. I don't want a baby. And then I could never see myself wanting a baby. And then when I got older, you know, when I got more mature, I just could never see myself as a mother. And I think it's because I saw myself as just childish.
But it's okay. A lot of people don't want to procreate, have children. That's okay.
But I it's like I liked children.
And like you could always adopt if you didn't want to give birth. You could have a surrogate, if you wanted them to have your genes. Like there are so many other options than to be the one to carry the child and bring forth. If you want to raise children and be a mom without going through the experiencing the pregnancy, that's an option.
I think it kind of morphed, right? So when I got married, I did want children. But then it went through, I couldn't even envision myself pregnant. I couldn't even see myself as a pregnant lady. I couldn't see myself holding a baby like, hey, it's me, it's my baby. And sometimes my sister would say, I can't see you pregnant. Or being and I don't know if it's because I was the baby of the family and I was spoiled. But now that I work in my field as a behavior analyst, all I do is play with kids and love on babies. And I'm so good with kids and they're so good with me. And my sister's like, kids love you. Like you, and now that she sees me with kids a lot, she's like, wow, you're like, I never saw you like that. But I think a lot of that also has to do with me just growing up into my womanhood as well. So dating has been kind of tricky for me because I feel, when I first started dating, I'm like, I feel like I'm damn 17, 19 years old because I'm stunted. I felt stunted because, I met my ex at 20. So I felt like a 20-year-old out here at 40 trying to date.
Yeah. Like, what does that look like for you?
So, the red flag thing, I believe in the law of attraction. And I say, you ain't never looked for something you didn't want to find. I don't believe in looking at men's phones. Like, what you gonna look for your feelings getting hurt? Yeah. Because men nasty. And you could have the best man ever, but you might see a screenshot of a big old booty in his phone because men are nasty. Stop looking in his phone. You're gonna find exactly what you want to find because you're looking for it. You ever look for your keys and didn't want to find them?
That part.
And the phone's gonna hurt your feelings.
That part.
And if you're not gonna break up with them when you find what you looking for. All you're gonna do is teach them to be sneakier. So I don't do that. I don't look for red flags. I try to be positive when dating and think positive things about men in general, not feed into the podcast world and all these people online talking negativity about each other, men and women, and being a decenter men, like, what? Y'all trying to go and stink or something? Like, relax, So I just try to be positive. And when it comes to my SP, the manifestation has worked. I did a kind of thing when it comes to like my self-concept and like I am baby on my body and I am desirable and I know who I am and I am not going to settle. So I am not choosing. I am the person in control of this. I don't need them to choose me.
Right.
I need my mirror to come. And I'm not going to settle for anything. And it's, unfortunately, a lot of people want you to or expect you to based on random factors, whether it's age, whether it's gender, or you just anything. They just want you to settle. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to, but I just want to make sure I attract exactly who I am. So my thing is just trying to be the best woman, because that man that I want is going to want a woman like that.
Yeah.
So I like my plan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Love it, love it, love it. Yep. I mean, you attract who you attract what you give your attention to. And so whatever you're giving attention to, and it may not even be that's quote unquote who you are, but that's what you're entertaining. That's what you're consenting. You can have the biggest heart, be the biggest giver, be, just so lovely, so kind. But if you're only focusing on how it can't work, how the person, like the dating pool is just so poor, and it's so, because at the end of the day, it's not about what they're doing, it's about what you're thinking. So you really have to like switch the attention from out there to in here, because once you get in here right, the out there must adjust itself to you. That's the law.
That's very weird. And you always, that's one of the first things I remember you told me. And I was like, what? That sounds weird. Come on, you're the only thinker in the world.
In your reality.
Like, no, I'm not.
No, you're
in my reality.
Right.
I'm the only thinker in my reality.
Right.
And I'm just like, no, I'm not. And then when you really think about it, like when you go to work and you have your supervisor, their character is based on your thinking of them.
Yep.
Everyone you're in contact with, everything you think about them is based on what you think about them.
Yeah.
And so now I understand what you mean when you say that. So then it gives you understanding of the control you have over your thoughts and how you can change the narrative of the people that you interact with.
Yeah, we have a tendency to look outward, but the only way out is in. That's the only way out is in. The only way you change reality is you got to change from within. That's the only way it happens. So appreciate you as always, Mia. Love you, girly. And yes, we did yesterday. We did a little private meeting, the three of them on the panel. We all talked yesterday because we were trying to see if we want to make it like a private chat. We're going to see where this goes. I know this is changing the algorithm, because this isn't something I normally do. I only talk relationships, right? So we want to see, where it goes. But I know people like talking about relationships, and people want to, whatever that relationship look like, they want to manifest it. Whether you're looking to just date and have fun, you're not looking for anything serious, you want to date multiple people, and you have a criteria for that, or you're looking to be married, or you're looking for everything in between, whatever that spectrum is, and you're finding your spot, your place on that spectrum, you can have it. And that's what you have to realize, because it does not matter what the world says, it only matters what you say. You write the terms and conditions. Hello, Key. Welcome. How are you?
Hey, I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in a while.
Silly.
No, but hey, Mia. Hey, Adrian. But I do know that manifesting your SP does work. Yes, it does. I know in the most recent relationship, it showed me, because I end up attracting my mirror, because he showed up as toxic and insecure, because that was exactly how I identified, but I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't realize that it was me, even though relationship after relationship, it was the same toxic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I always was pointing outward like it's them, but the whole time it was me. But it was a off and on 2-year relationship. And sometimes we would go like several weeks, sometimes even months without talking. Like, we would just be beefing. And then as soon as I would miss him, I would visualize him, being with him. And then like clockwork, he would always reach out and, come, I'm gonna use the word begging for me to be back, whatever. And it would happen each and every time that it just got to be scary. It was like, dang, like I could literally wake up and be like, he's going to reach out to me today. And he would reach out to me that day. But one time I remember I blocked him because I was just so tired of it. But then I woke up I went to bed one evening and I really missed him. But when I woke up the next morning, I said to myself, well, he cannot reach out to me because he's blocked, right? But Later that day, he texted me and it came right on my Apple Watch, because it's the thing with Apple Watch, sometimes it doesn't block, even though he's blocked on your phone. That made me feel like I had magical powers. I was like, I got magical powers. I've never experienced anything like that before. And it felt almost like witchcraft. Like I'm conjuring this man up, But what I did notice that each time that I went back to him, the relationship got more and more toxic, right? And it even got more and more hurtful when we would go on like a breakup. And I realize now it was because, well, I didn't change my identity, right? He just kept continuing to reflect back to me who I was. But what I do want to say about the relationship was that he was definitely the catalyst of me becoming the version of myself that I am today. Because I learned what I do not want to no longer experience. And I think I shared this with you before too. He was the first person who told me the Bible isn't literal, right? I never heard that before. And he would call himself that he is God, experiencing himself as him. And I was intrigued by it, but I never understood what he meant. I was just like, psychosis? Like, what the hell? But so he was this spark that woke me up. So when I first, saw your platform, it was like, something was so familiar. So he exposed places in which, like, for example, I realized that I saw external validation. And then he taught me that I tolerated less than what I wanted. And I never really fully decided who I was or even what I wanted to experience. So now I just integrate all those lessons and I know that I've evolved. I feel like I leveled up, right? Yes. So the question for me, it ain't, can I manifest my ex back? Oh, of course I can. Yeah. But does the relationship fit who I am today? And it doesn't, right? But it was the relationship that I needed in order to become the key that I am today.
Nice. So. Beautiful. Nice. So then it's all about what do you want now? Then you right? now you got to figure that out. Now you have to figure that out.
I know, right? We had that conversation yesterday. That was really nice, juicy conversation, and we were going to post that. I mean, not pose it to the group too about, can you have a relationship in which you are dating someone who is spending resources on you as far as, dates and, shopping and travel, and it not be sexual.
Right. No intimacy.
No, and thank you. No intimacy. And you don't, and the thing is, so this is the thing, of course you can, right? But this is the big part. And you don't say anything upfront. So I don't say, hey, this is not ever going to get to that level of smex, but I'm dating and I'm having fun and I'm allowing them to, spoil me and treat me. Is it wrong for me to?
Yeah, because I don't see how that question doesn't come up though. Because if I'm asking, what are you looking for? And then you say, I'm just looking to be wined and dined, go on vacations with someone, be someone's companion. I don't see how that the conversation doesn't go into, oh, so what does that include? What does it look like? Are you looking to be intimate? I don't see how that question doesn't come up.
It doesn't.
It doesn't?
No, because okay. I wouldn't
say that. They don't want to put that out there. It seems crass.
What you find? How you find? They be looking at you and them dimples. They just be like, girl, you so chocolate.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna come up on the first date, but there's the thing. You did say it came up, and you said you had an answer for it, so it does come up because you gave us the answer for it coming up.
Right.
I'm not saying it's gonna come up in the first conversation.
Remember, that was a hypothetical, right? So
Bia said, "What would you do if this happens?" And you said, "Well, it has happened," and I say this. You said, "This is my response." True. So
true.
that's the point I'm making. It does come up. I didn't say it had to come up in the first telephone conversation, the first
not
dinner.
Not as often as you would think, though, I
Okay.
guess. But yeah, of course it has. Yeah.
Are these men like old? Because some of these dudes send you a eggplant pic before you even say good morning.
Older.
They gotta be older. Oh, their eggplant don't work. That's why they don't do it. I got it now.
Yes.
Older or
Eggplant. Remember that from what's up, Sinclair? She was doing that. She was like eggplant. She had to say it in different tones. She was saying eggplant.
Now it makes sense. Now, Keith, I understand completely. They ain't begging for the kid.
Like,
they can't do nothing with it.
Lord.
That could be the case.
I don't think that's always the case.
Oh, wow.
But I hear what you're saying.
Oh, right.
Especially in this day and age when people have pharmaceuticals, they can always get something, they can take a pill. So it's, in most cases, not all.
Some men ain't willing to unalive.
I mean, you never know. She may run into a man who got all kind of resources just on a spiritual celibacy type.
You know
thing.
How Kevin Samuels went out? Everybody ain't willing to unalive for that kitty cat. Okay.
Right. Okay, so Journey came up. They have a question. Hello, Journey.
Sorry. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. So I was just listening to the live and I related so much to Mia's story. I'm 30, but I'm also still very, very immature. I also grew up very shy, introverted, and I got married 2 years ago. But I do also feel like I had no business getting married either. And it's weird because I'm enjoying my marriage, but I also feel like because I'm still so underdeveloped, I don't always feel that I have that space to mature with everything happening. And we just had a daughter who's 4 months, and so so many things are happening. So I guess I wanted to know, is there a way to improve that? Because I do feel like I manifested my husband, but then I also feel like I just wasn't ready.
So do you feel overwhelmed with the response?
Sorry?
Do you feel overwhelmed?
I do.
So a lot of times we have been conditioned to roles that a woman has to play versus a man has to play in a marriage, right? And a lot of those roles are very 1950s, where they just don't work in today's society, especially if we're still going to say, well, the woman has to cook and clean, but also contribute to household finances. And then have a newborn baby at that, right? And so it's how much help do you get from family with the newborn baby? Because I would assume the husband works and probably works outside of the home, right? And are you also working, or are you a stay-at-home wife?
I'm also working.
Okay. And so that can be and so who's responsible for taking care of the home? Is this a shared responsibility?
It's more 90-10.
So you're 90?
Yeah.
And so that I think that's what comes, right? Because in 1950s, a lot of women didn't work outside the home, right? Yeah. And so, especially if it was a two-parent home, because I don't consider it, because again, that may be coming from the European lens, right? Because maybe but I know a lot of women that look like us also didn't work too, right? So, and if they did work, it might have been very minimal. But when you're telling me I'm responsible for the baby, I also have to work an 8-hour job, and then whatever that commuting time is. So that could be 9 to 10 hours that you're spending for that job. And now you got to come home and take care of a small child, and you also got to cook. You also got to clean, right? That's a conversation that needs to be had with your husband to let her understand that's overwhelming. I don't care what society says and how they conditioned us to think that we're responsible for all of that. I need help because that's way too much, right? And you say it in a loving way, but that's a conversation that has to be had. Like, I'm going to need you to help me because this is overwhelming. And I feel like, and so now you're being down on yourself saying that you're immature, and you're not immature. You're just overwhelmed. It's just a lot. You have an infant and you're working and you responsible for the home. Like, he can't say that he's taking care of you, right? It's not like he's like you're at home the whole time and then he's out doing his thing. But even then, say that you were a full-time wife, like you were a stay-at-home to take care of the home and take care of a child 24, for most of the time, because the child would be with you most of the time because he would be out. That's still a lot, right? And so, and to me, when you have a loving husband, you got a great husband, they're going to be willing to see that, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can do the laundry too. I can sometimes come make dinner. I can, vacuum, whatever some of the chores are, to give you a rest, to give you time, right? That y'all split things up. And I just think you just have to be vocal with that. Go ahead.
No, my husband is definitely like that. I think it's me. Like, I want to like do those things, but then I also know that the work aspect also plays a part in that. But I wasn't like trying to beat myself up when I said that I was immature. I do believe that I am. I grew up in a single father home, so I didn't grow up with a mother.
Okay.
So there's just a lot of things about womanhood that I just don't know.
Gotcha.
So that's not something that my dad can teach me or help me navigate. So I think that's also maybe the challenge. So I guess I'm just trying to find that balance of, being able to grow while also like being in a marriage where it's not just like, I know like when you're married, you focus on your family, but I also want to focus on my development.
Yes. So do you have like aunts, a grandmother, aunts, older
There's
cousins?
No one in my family that I talk to. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're saying the growth in your development, so it's about what you want, right? So
Yes.
And so you have to define what that is. And then you can, once you decide what it is you truly want, and that really takes time, if you have any time, whether when you're commuting to work, commuting home from work, when you're in the shower, whatever, really think about what it is you see for yourself. You got the family, you got the baby, and that's good. But what is it that I truly want? How do I want to still be an individual in this relationship, right? So whatever that self-care looks like for you, you are the only one that can define that, though.
Okay, so maybe I have to sit down and write that down, because I was worried about like manifesting it and then it messing up, the marriage, because I'm thinking I can't have both. So I'll have to write that down.
Oh no, you can have it all. You can have it. There's no limitation, right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to take up time, but
no, you're good. No, you're good because this is helping someone.
We're used to sitting through long lives and long conversations, so when you come up here, don't even worry about that.
Yeah. And someone said, is he the breadwinner? Yes, he does pay for everything. He does. Yeah.
Okay. But
that don't mean he can't help around the house.
That exactly, like, what does that mean?
I mean, I just wanted to answer the question, but that was
maybe it's a full-time job on its own.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, but obviously you're working not because your money is necessary for finances.
Yes.
So that's for you. And so that's a great way to like find out, like your money is yours, and not in that way. I guess that's the way you all set it up or what have you. But you just have to define what it is that you want. And it may take a few moments of you sitting and really thinking about it and writing it out, and then going back to it and see, this is how I felt yesterday, but is this how I feel a week later, 2 months later, right? Like, flush it out, right? And really sit with it And you're like, okay, is this something, are these thoughts my thoughts? Are these wants my wants? Or are these things I think I should want?
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely have to do that.
Yeah. And then once you make a decision, everything falls into place. You won't have to try to make it so it becomes your life because you decided that it is.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how manifestation works. Yep. Well, that's how manifestation works. Once you decide what it is you want and you're not thinking in opposition to it, the only time it becomes hard or difficult or seems like it's not going to happen is because now you're thinking something against it. You're not focused on what you want. You start thinking about things that you don't want or thinking about how it can't happen and all of that type of thing.
Yeah, and then it happens that way.
Yep. So you just want clarity.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You got this. Yeah. And there's no rush. Take your time. See, prosperous living, I have defined as having vision, purpose, and intention. And you are not rushing through life. You're holding space in life. And you're allowing life to show up for you because it's there to support you in all of your decisions. And it always has and always will, regardless of what your decision is. And your decision is your attention. So when people say, oh, you have to believe it, believing means to accept the thing. And how do you accept the thing? You give your attention to it. So when people say, well, no one wanted this, no one chose it, I can bet you bottom dollar you did. You were talking about it, whether you were condemning it, right? Judging it, worrying about it, complaining about it. You were accepting it. So since you know that your attention is the true currency, now you have to decide, what am I going to give my attention to? Because that is what's going to show up in my life. Like, we really have to let that seep in, really get that. Like, what you are giving your attention to is what shows up. And your attention is whatever you talk about, whatever you think about. Things that you're happy about, things that you're sad about. Because the feelings don't matter. Conscious don't care about feelings. The power's in the attention. That's where power lies. The power's in the word. Feelings are byproducts. No one cares about your emotions. Only you care about your emotions.
Yeah.
People want you to use your emotions because they want to control you. When people are telling you, oh, you need to feel good, or you need to be, if you need to feel a certain way, no, they want to control you. They want you to be led by your emotions because then you're not thinking.
That's true. I think I also need to build my tenacity because I'm the type of person, I just want to get to the end. But I know it doesn't work that way. So
it doesn't work one way.
I think sometimes I don't want to go through challenges, which I think is just part of life. I just want to skip over to the results.
Why do you think you have to? It makes absolute sense, but that's a worldview. So why do you think you must go through hardship in order to get to the goal?
Not hardship. I just think.
Okay, challenge. When you say challenge, what do you mean?
I don't know. I thought marriage would be easier than it is, but I do feel like marriage is a challenge.
I thought that in my first marriage. It's not that way in my second.
Oh.
I thought the same thing. Marriage is really easy. It's effortless. When I stopped trying to control my husband. Became real easy. When I gave up control. It's only hard when you're trying to control the other person.
Okay, I got that. I hear
you. That's what makes all relationships difficult. You don't allow the person to be themselves. You want them to be a certain way so you can be happy.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I kept telling my husband. I'm just so unhappy.
And so is he responsible for your happiness?
No, he told me that.
He's right. Because here's the thing: does he think you're responsible for his happiness?
No, he's always happy.
So he's showing you that, you know, this is what life looks like. He's the mirror to you. The thing is, you're not looking in the mirror. You're looking all around the mirror. You're looking in the back. You're going backwards instead of looking in the mirror. He's showing you what it looks like to be, but you won't look there. You won't, and that's really within you. It's really within you. That's where your happiness is, in you. So yeah, you have to like reorganize your thoughts, reframe your thoughts. This is where you have to transform what you're thinking about you. Like you're enough, you're great, you're brilliant, you're intelligent, you're amazing. You have to tell yourself that regularly. Even if the first time you say it, that doesn't seem real. I feel like that's a lie. Nope, keep saying it. Because there's power in the word. It's not about how you feel, is what you say. It's what you give your attention to. So the more you keep telling yourself and giving your attention to your brilliance, your intelligence, your joy, your happiness, your peace, your kindness, your generosity, you'll believe it. It'll seep into that subconscious. It'll be impressed, and it must be expressed. What's impressed will be expressed. See your beauty. Own it.
Okay, I'll work on that.
Yeah, be confident. Work on that confidence. Yep.
Yes,
Here's the thing. It's not even about working. It's about accepting.
Yeah, I think I'm struggling with accepting myself.
Yeah, so now you gotta look yourself in the mirror, like literally look in the mirror, and you also, like I said, sit with yourself. Like, do you spend time just talking to yourself? And when you are spending time talking to yourself, what are you saying? Are you beating yourself down? Are you judging yourself, condemning yourself, feeling guilty and ashamed? That's what you have to stop.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the church for 4 years, so I'm still like getting out of those lower vibrations.
Woo, the church boy. Whew.
Yeah.
It's just like you gotta unload all of that stuff, because they just beat you down, boy. They like pummel you. You're not enough. You're a sinner. You're not worthy. You're unnamed. You're undeserving. You don't deserve it. You only get it because Jesus said you can have it. Beat you down. Beat you down. Don't you dare. It's just like,
yeah.
Man, get up off me. Get up off me. Get up off me. But we all have to do it, because many of us came from that church. I was part of the church, but I was late 20s. I was almost your age when I joined the church. But that was almost 20 years ago. So I left the church about almost 20 years ago. I left the church. So yeah, but you got this. You got this.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Appreciate you.
Of course. All right.
Okay, the artist, you came back. You have something to say?
Yeah, I was listening to Key earlier when she was explaining how easy it was to like manifest her SP back, and I kind of wanted to just like agree, like it, but I noticed it is when I kind of literally detached from it, like with the past situation, it was easy for me to detach. So I would do what you said, and go into my little corner, my little prayer room, have a conversation with myself, and be like, I'm cool with this. I'm happy that I handled the situation in this way, and I would like praise myself or whatever. And then next thing you know, shorty would be calling me private or something, or it's easy to get that person back. It's just like you said, I have to start only seeing the good. But I guess my question is, if you realize that, say for instance, like you said, your ex-husband might not have been that person that was for you, but your current husband is. I guess my question is, and I really mean this, like, I hope, Cisco, please don't hurt me. I guess the question is, would you have, like, did it make that, it's not that it made that person a bad person because they weren't what you needed, but what made you feel as if, like, I have to find something different? Because a lot of people, when they talk about SPs, they talk about, I can be different and that person to be different. You get what I'm saying? So I guess it's just like, do you focus your energy on, the old person, or do you go for something new? You get what I'm
Excellent
saying?
question. I do. Excellent question. So I got that same question, T.
Yeah, because I was a different person in the first marriage. I'm not the same person, so I would never attract him. That person that was married to that person is not the same person. I'm not that person. So I knew nothing about manifestation. I was in the church when I met him. Different mindset, different identity. So, now you're asking me to go back and say, okay, now you know manifestation. Could I have manifested a different reality with that person? If I had a desire to, I could have saw him differently, but I was already removed from that relationship. And their first marriage was the type of men I had been attracting all of the time. And I was like, no, that's not the type of man I want. I don't want the uncommitted, the unfaithful, the dishonest type of guy. I want to and I know I only had that because that's what I believed about men. So the moment I changed what I believed about men, that type of man had to show up. So either he was going to rise to the occasion, or he was going to walk away from the marriage too, because that was a new identity.
Okay, so it's okay to see a person for what they show you as, even if it doesn't align with what you want. So I guess my question is, it's okay to move forward, opposed to saying, like, okay, well, I see that I manifested this type of this version of a person, but here, let me readjust myself so that I can manifest something different from that person. It's okay to say, you know what? I see you for who you are. I allow you to be who you are. And now I'm going to re-identify with what I want.
Because it's not about them. You keep making it about them. You keep saying what they're doing. It's what you're doing. It's who you say you are. They're your mirror. They're only coming to show you who you are. So the moment you change, either they're going to rise to the occasion, they're always going to reflect you. So that means they are mirroring you. That's why they're there. So the moment they can't mirror you, they won't be there. Like attracts like.
Maybe, and I don't think it was me though. I don't think I was doing those things. I think I was just expecting them to do those things. So yeah, now I have to expect different for my next connections. It's just, I no longer resonate with that energy. Now, what I do resonate with, and then be intentional about what those energies are. Okay, cool.
Well, here's the thing. I get what you're saying because you want to say, well, they have free will somehow. Like Mia was saying about when she brought up about at her job and her boss, right? And you're saying, well, my boss is only showing me what I think of her. It's with every relationship. Everybody is just showing you what you think, not what they think. They're not showing you them. They're showing you what you think of them. So you have certain thoughts about relationships in general, correct?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And so you have to sit with that. What do you think of? So I had to own that I thought all men were dogs. That I felt unworthy to be treated with respect, with honesty, with faithfulness, with a man thinking I was enough and they didn't need to go outside of this relationship with me. I had to change that. I said, wait a minute. I never cheated on nobody. I don't lie to people. I don't dog people out. I don't manipulate people. I'm a good catch. So a good woman deserves a good man. That was my mindset. So there was no way I was going to attract anything less. The good man had to reflect what I believed about myself, what I felt I now deserved. I deserved for someone to come into my experience that was going to treat me like a queen, that was going to take care of me, love on me, because I now love me. Now I know my worth. I see that I deserve these things, where at the time, I had to be honest with myself, I didn't see myself as worthy.
So how'd you get to a point where now you felt as if you can, with conviction, feel
right? That was a process. And so I said, like they say, hindsight is 20/20, right? So I recognized, yes, I'm reading books and these books are giving me clarity. So remember I said I was one of those people that liked I really like reality shows, especially those reality shows about finding love. So I was really into The Bachelor and those type of things. And Love at First Sight and those type of Married at First Sight and stuff like that. And it was this other show that used to come on. I think it moved to Bravo, but it didn't start. It used to come on We TV, then it moved to Bravo. It was called Million Dollar Matchmaker or Millionaire Matchmaker. And she wrote a book. Her name is Patty Stanger. She wrote a book about relationships. And then I read the book with Steve Harvey. Act like a woman, think like a man. And then I read some of his books, Straight Up No Chaser. Those books gave me clarity. Steve Harvey's book let me know, I ain't about that playing games life. I like the 5 negotiables that he brings out in the book, but the rest of the book was all about having all these rules and playing all these games and trying to manipulate the man and all. And I was like, that's not who I am. So that gave me more clarity about who I was and what I wanted. And then I came to the realization, the reason why I'm the common denominator for the bad relationships. I think a certain way about myself. I'm really insecure. I lack self-confidence. I don't think I'm worthy to be treated well.
Okay.
And I had to own that.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. It's I ain't gonna say it's easier said than done, but I think that's the real work, is to, really believe and know that you are worthy of it.
Because it's a process, and that's what we call it time. But time is a process. There was no rush though. I wasn't like, because I had already been married, so I knew I could do that. I knew I could get married. So I was not on no time crunch. I'm not trying to rush it. I just wanted to experience a good relationship. When I met my husband, it wasn't about getting married. It was about experiencing a good relationship. That's all I wanted. It ended in marriage.
Okay. And see, that's what I think my focus was, is that I started wearing this ring on my ring finger just to kind of like be like, okay, well, this is the end goal, marriage. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like I show up and I'm a good person. I don't necessarily go by like all of the norms that my community decides that we should go by, because I'm masculine, I should do this or can't feel this way. So I have been running into people where it's like, I want to be accepted. I want to, maybe I'm not accepting myself, because like you say, when you said even the fact of I'm deserving of this, it was something that happened in my stomach. Like, yeah, I'm deserving of it, but I've never had it. You get what I'm saying? So
I had neither, the artist. I had neither. I'm in the same boat. I had never had it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Right before this relationship, I had never experienced it. And I'm not going to say I never met a good guy that thought I was the world. I didn't feel worthy of that though. So those people was it. They too into, I don't want you on you. That's too much. You doing too much. What you mean? I'm the girl of your dreams. What that? That's you doing too much. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. I think I want to do a little, maybe even just a 30-day, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to put a time frame on it, but I think it'll help with practice. Just like a little self-love journey. Because I hear a lot of people talking about, you really do have to love yourself before allowing somebody else to love you. And, I look a little different, I move a little different, and I have to remind myself that that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, then I'm going to keep attracting people who aren't maybe not necessarily seeing me the way I want to be seen, because I don't see myself the way I want to be seen. Yeah. And that's not to detriment myself or tear myself down. I think it's just I'm listening to what you're saying, and I really do understand that. So,
yeah. And I think ignorance was bliss. I do nothing about manifestation. Mm-hmm. I did this before I started understanding what manifestation was. I didn't start understanding manifestation in 2018. I met my husband in 2013. This journey was probably from 2011 to 2013. While I'm thinking, going, if I'm going to look back and be like, like, when was I reading these books? Right? I wasn't reading them back to back. I was reading this, and then I read that, and I'm watching these shows, and they're talking about dating and how you choose and all of that. So I'm consuming about relationships. It's like it was a journey. I'm not saying it has to take anybody that long, right? I'm just saying that was my journey. Your journey doesn't have to look like mine, but you do have to be honest with yourself. You do have to own that you are the operant power and you're choosing this reality. And we have to understand that when you're deciding what you want, nothing else matters. And what I hear while listening to a lot of people talk about manifesting their SP, you still all have plan Bs. You actually think there's a possibility the right one won't show up. That wasn't in my mind. There was no possibility that the right one would not show up. That was not in my, I have filtered out the possibility of the wrong one making an appearance. Mm-hmm. I was blinded to anyone that didn't match my decision. Yeah. It was tunnel vision. It was focus. I decided this is what it was, and there was no other options. This is what it was. It couldn't be anything else.
I think it's going to be fun to court myself.
And I did that. Oh, I did that. So I did stuff I had never did before. I went to restaurants by myself. I went to the show by myself. I did things that I had never done before. Even when I met my husband, I reached out to him first and gave him my number, something I would never do. But it wasn't like, oh, I hope he does it, or I hope he reached out, or I was worried. No, I just did it and left it alone. He called and, we talked. I didn't put no pressure on myself. I was like, prior to that, I was all overly concerned about how I would look, what I'm going to wear on a date. And nope, I'm wearing black jeans, a black top. It is what it is. You either going to like me or you not like. I stopped trying to be overly presentable and trying to get you to like me. Yeah, I'm showing up just as I am. Either you like me or you don't. It is what it is. I'm not putting on performing for nobody. Like my confidence had flipped. Like it was like, no, I ain't doing that no more. Like I'm choosing. We choosing each other. I'm not in this stage. Pick me, pick me, pick me. No, I'm choosing you, and you're gonna choose me. Or if I don't fit your, if we go on a meetup and we find that we don't like each other, no harm, no foul, no love lost. We just go about our day, go about our way.
Yeah, that's what my mom was kind of telling me too. It's like dating is for collecting data. It's okay to say yes. It's okay to say no. It's okay to fill it out and things of that nature, but just let it flow. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, I'm okay with dating me for a little bit. I have been doing that for a good 8 to 9 months. But that desire for companionship, it creeps on in there. And, you like, I want to hold some hands. I want to spend some time and stuff.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The moment I decided I could have it, I wouldn't date myself no more. The moment I decided that, not many days hence, I reached out to Kenny. I reached out to him. That didn't take a long time. Once you decide, that gap of that process, or what we call time, is very small. It's so, because once you make the decision, there are no other options.
Okay.
If you find that there are still other options, that just shows you haven't made a decision. And you just need to own that. You're being indecisive. And it's okay. Right. And it's okay. You're being indecisive, and that's okay. Like, damn, I need to make a decision if I want things to be there. I need to make a decision.
Okay. I got you. Yep. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and land my plane. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. I appreciate you too. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, A-Town. How are you? Bring some testosterone to the panel, huh? A little bit more.
Right, just a little bit more.
Yeah.
What's up? Shout out to the live. Toxic, Mia, T, Key, everybody. Yeah. So, what do we do? What's the?
We just talking. People just talking about their manifestation stories about around relationships.
No, that's dope. Yeah. So my little tidbit really is the fact that the more I'm becoming more conscious, awake, aware of who I am, it allows me to be comfortable with just just being in a desire mode and God mode, and so I don't even be at the place where I want anything. So, like all those, yeah. So my SP is me.
I heard that.
My SP is me at this stage.
Yes, me too.
And I think that's because that's where we used to talk about the SP, and we used to kind of like not even want the SP talk, because look, everybody wants the SP, but the SP is who you say it is, or what you desire. And so me, I'm just becoming more comfortable with my desires, becoming more clarity in my desire, and loving desire mode. Like for a while, it was a life of, I want this, but I gotta settle for or I can't never get what I want, or it's, oh, she came around, so okay, let me go ahead and tag this. It was like that type of situation where it wasn't a fulfillment type of, I wasn't looking for fulfillment. I was looking for, you already know, what I'm saying, whatever that is, and so, and a good time, you know what I mean, at the same time. But now I'm looking for everything, because there's nothing that can be, because I know I can have everything. It's like, dang, okay, let me sit back and really, plan this out. Like, okay, I want everything. So what do I want this to really look like? And a lot of times, I think someone had presented a situation where, really iron out what you want your wife to be like. And he said, well, in response to that, that's, you need to be that, right? And I like that, because I can't expect my chick to be, this, that, and the third, and me being just regular schmegular, or wanting to just be of the standard that I want to, that I want to mirror. And so, so falling in love with self is falling in love with your SP, because you wouldn't want your SP to, you wouldn't want your SP to be a reflection of somebody that's wanting. You want your SP to be somebody that has, that is. And, and I'm like, when I sit back and I'm like, damn, you spitting, because that's ultimately, like you said, what you got with Cisco, I stopped, the wanting, and it was already having. And so that's why when I say, I'm him and stuff like that, I'm a little facetious. But at the same time, I really am, in my mind, I'm the only thinker. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can't tell me shit.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And so when it really comes down to it, but I want to be that part, what is him? And so even being able to have the confidence of what that him looks like, you know what I'm saying? I want my woman to be able to have my back. I want my woman to, or for us to be able to reciprocate whatever having that back looks like, because I've been in relationships where, the woman is, where she's out in the streets and I'm taking care of the crib, or, being able to, because she don't know how to spend money. So I'm making sure, we shop, in bulk, and we buy economic, you know what I'm saying? She came from a spoiled situation, and I'm like, let's tighten up on something, you know what I'm saying? Or just knowing, being more wiser and smarter. So I bring that to the table. So I understand that I'm able to play, lead from the front, middle, and the back, based on the relationship, based on the situation. And so I'm seeing how creative I am, innovative, and even just falling in love with self. And it's a beautiful thing, because a lot of times we shun ourselves from what we feel like we can have. Almost like what the young lady was saying, where, she sounded very brilliant. She sounded real smart, real intelligent, and, not being able to have the place to really expose that or bring that to the table, I think, is where, maybe she was at. But yeah, that's it. I ain't got too much to say. I just wanted to come up here and shout out to y'all too.
Oh yeah. No problem. So are you a traditional type guy? Like you have gender roles when it comes to relationships, or if you get married again, if you decide to get married, would it be like, I'm the man, I do this, and you're the woman, you're responsible for that?
No, okay. We just find out what is and what ain't, by conversation, and, goals, aspirations, your desires. It'll tell you where the people need to fit at, I've been, so I've never, so I know certain things that will come out. She will know how to cook. I do love a cook, where we can go to a restaurant. Baby, I like this, and this. Okay, yeah, we can, I know how to make that woo-woo. And, next week I have it at the crib, where I ain't gonna go to the restaurant no more. That type of situation. So I like that. But there's no gender roles. where, she's got to do this because I do everything. Okay. And my thing is too, if they were single, they would have to do everything anyway. You know what I'm saying? So,
what make you think because they're single, they're doing everything? They might have hired somebody. They may have a chef coming in, preparing. They may have someone coming in to clean the home. What do you mean do everything?
I have a maintenance man that comes in.
Meaning do everything in terms of, well, even facilitating, whatever it is, meaning it gets done. The household is taken care of.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So coming into a situation, there is no, it's, well, what don't you feel like? Because naturally, that's how I think about things. Okay, how much we making? Okay, if our time is worth $125 an hour, we can pay somebody $20 to clean up the house and wash the car and, do those, other things that ain't worth, our particular time. So I am on that tip, but as far as gender roles, no, at all. So I don't know if that's just, but I do like a woman who does know, her way around the kitchen.
I want to cook.
Yeah. Do you cook for yourself? Do you cook for yourself?
Yeah, I'm cooking right now.
Okay, well, why not just continue? I mean,
right, you single, you doing it anyway. You got to do it anyway.
You doing it anyway. You do it, so why?
Because
he over there cooking a fried bologna sandwich. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. I'm cooking.
He want to marry a magician that can go to any restaurant and know how to make everything.
You're looking for a chef.
I know how to make the food.
I ain't that fancy with it. Yeah, I got chicken in the air fryer. I got rice on the stove. I got a salad. I'm about to put some string beans on.
I can buy some chicken wings from H-E-B and some frozen ones and throw them in the air fryer.
See, now I ain't doing no frozen chicken now. That's we got pause.
That's what you over there doing.
But they a little bit more quick and fancy. They make it look so effortless when they, baby ain't even got to think about the seasoning. Me, I'm over here measuring this. I got to measure that. I got to get all the ingredients. I got to line everything up.
But you get to have what you get to have that though. If you want a woman that's gonna, spread the table, lay it, you can have that. Just like a woman, if she decides that she doesn't want to cook, a man that does cook will come into your experience.
For sure.
But he said he first started off saying that he had to mirror what he wanted, right? So if you don't want to cook for yourself, then what makes you think you're going to attract somebody that want to cook, right? Because you started out saying like, oh, I know I have to, be the person who I want.
So I can get it done. I can either get it done or we can go out and get it done. You know what I'm saying? That's not a problem. Okay. However, cooking is real tedious to me. And the way I like to eat is I like to eat, I like to eat good, fried oyster, I like to eat like some extravagant stuff sometimes. So when it really comes down to it, I ain't really got time for all that. You know what I'm saying? That's just my thing.
You get to have what you say, so you're gonna get it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah.
I am too. Yeah, we cooking right now, actually. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down for Uncle, and we about to have another little meal. But yeah, I know how to do a little something, but it just ain't that level. You know what I'm saying? Where I can get it how I want it. But who knows? I can go ahead and get it in.
Yeah.
But
my husband can cook, so
Yeah,
he cooks he'll make the steaks, and he does he was the one that was doing all the greens and stuff and doing like the pot roast type stuff, and so when we having those type of things, he does it.
Yeah. And that's good because
and then again, that wasn't like on my list, right? That wasn't on my list. I didn't have a list. Let's just say that. Mm-hmm. My list was I have a good man. That was my list. That's as far as
a double ninja or a single ninja. That sounds like my ninja.
This is the single.
Why don't you upgrade? So you can cook your wings on one side and you can cook your French fries on the other side.
You know what? I thought about that, but I'm like, I may.
You're silly.
I may, but I got some. Oh, have y'all had these garlic? What are these fries?
I like messing with A-Town.
these buttery garlic and herb fries. Man, these things are bomb.
They bomb.
They sell them frozen ones at HEB. That's the ones you got.
Yeah, and it's got the sauce. And the
Ooh,
sauce
fancy.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Frozen fries.
Put the things in the air fryer. Feel like what fries I like?
No, I didn't know they. No, I never had the buttery garlic.
You on top shelf.
Yeah, they are good.
You on
I put everything not on top shelf. Yeah, I put everything in the air fryer. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he want a woman that's a chef, so he can start eating all these frozen meals.
The woman gonna put it in the air fryer too. Everybody uses.
Nah, she ain't.
She's good for an air fryer from his wife.
Right, and if she's cooking, are you the main provider? Are you the main provider if she's expected to cook?
I mean, it's not expected to cook. Now, hear me out, but I do like somebody who knows their way around the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, I do me.
Yeah, I think he wants somebody that loves cooking, right? Like that's what they're not doing it out of duty or obligation, right? They're doing it because this is my way of showing you, some type of love or something, right? Like I'm showing you my skills. Like this is what I love to do. Yeah, and there are plenty of women that love to cook. I just ain't one of them, but yeah.
So you cook when you want to, cook when you have to. What's your unction to cook?
It's all of that. It's all of that. I mean, I'll try new things or whatever. I'm like, I know how to make Thanksgiving meal, right? I know how to make a turkey. I know how to make stuffing from scratch, like cornbread stuffing. I know, homemade macaroni and cheese. Yeah, I know how to do those things. So,
I like all that.
Yeah.
I prefer to, be at home, but I do like, for us to be able to go out, have these dinners and, to where she ain't got to cook, you know what I'm saying? Or I ain't got to cook either. I'm breakfast and lunch type of dude too. I know how to, I cook paninis, do some good omelets.
Like today I made my husband. I'm not a big salmon eater, and I made him garlic butter salmon.
More than a grilled cheese sandwich.
Panini is a grilled cheese sandwich.
No, it's not.
Panini grilled cheese.
It sure is. That's all it is.
Not what I do. I butter my bread. I butter my bread with some garlic.
I butter my grilled cheese bread too.
Me too.
Okay.
Y'all are silly.
I put. It ain't no grilled cheese. Tighten up.
They messing with you. He said, tighten up. Get off me.
I ain't gonna let you came up.
Yes. Yeah, but A-Town, I made my husband garlic butter salmon today.
Yeah. How'd it turn out? How was it?
Oh, I don't eat it. I made it for him.
Okay, well, sister, how was it?
I don't even know if he made it home yet because he had to he had to go pick up his daughter. On his
June,
way
I be
home.
getting some fancy cheese now. I be going to Publix to get my cheese. They be having these fancy cheeses. I'm talking about some, and the meats be from Boar's Head too. So the meats be real good, thin sliced, and it ain't no grilled cheese. Yeah, hush, it ain't no grilled.
Like a lunch meat sandwich.
I'm talking about like a whole thing, boy. That thing be so good.
It's him really describing a grilled cheese sandwich. What's some lunch meat? Some double cheese.
But you put mushrooms on there. You put tomato. It's a thing. It's a panini, not a grilled cheese. They're two different things.
Oh Lord, no! A panini is just a fancy grilled cheese. Like what are we doing?
I know.
Panini is a fancy grilled cheese. Like stop it! It's a gourmet grilled cheese. Exactly. It's just a fancy way of saying. He like I know. He's like I know.
Yes, baby, I'm gonna make you a grilled cheese sandwich.
Nah,
break up with her.
Yeah, she ain't calling it.
You gonna break up with her?
She better not.
That's funny.
You getting a panini, baby. But no, I do enjoy being able to someone who enjoys what they do. So if she ain't enjoy it, I like the cooking with loving. You know what I'm saying? When she come in the kitchen, she's smiling and looking for my face to give it that satisfaction of approval type situation, So, that's the type of effect I want.
I'm so triggered.
Why are you so
Don't be
triggered?
Don't be triggered.
I'm so triggered. I am so triggered by this. I don't know why, but I love it that you get to say. You get to-
I don't know where you're gonna find his wife. He's gonna find like a chef school, culinary art school, hang out over there.
Nah, man, a little Southern Belle.
I cannot stand.
Are you
cooking.
okay
I
with
have no
a
desire.
big back?
Nah. I got a big back.
She don't. I didn't say only women with a big back can cook good. I'm just saying, are you open to it?
Nah. I need a little slender. I need some definition back there.
Everybody need love.
She got a big back and a big ass too.
Everybody need love. Everybody need love. Nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with a big back. I just want to know, is that one of your preferences?
Nah, no big back.
You want all this food and don't want no big back.
Nah, we eat in portions. We eat responsibly. You know what I'm saying? We don't. There's no gluttony over here.
All you've been talking about this whole time is food. No gluttony over here.
Said no gluttony.
But that's it. I think he preparing his meal for his uncle, right? He just happened to be cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably it too. But trips.
Like, what do you want, A10? Okay, you talking about other stuff. Good. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I had to get out the kitchen real quick. Trips, fitness, responsible, financially. I've seen where women can really be overly, where they're more so corporate developed rather than emotional intelligence, where they'll be able to, like, I've seen where accountability, you can be so responsible at your job, but when it comes to emotional accountability and relational accountability, it's like bonkers. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing, there's
no, you're talking to a lot of women. We have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Really? Okay.
What you mean? You're gonna have to give us some examples, because I don't know what that. It sounds like you saying want.
Oh,
give us an example of like what this looks like.
You know what though? That does explain it. You know what I'm saying? That does explain it. So
I get you.
maybe
I got you. Brother.
You got it.
I just want to know what that looks like. I want to know your experience.
Yeah.
What do you mean emotional intelligence? They lack emotional intelligence.
No, and not saying they lack emotional intelligence. It's just compared to their credentials or credibility when they're working for somebody. They're not able to exchange the emotional. You do what you have to do for your job, but you don't do what you have to do for yourself. Outside of a job. Go ahead, Mia. You know you got something to say.
So are you saying they'll submit to that boss at the job, but they won't submit to you?
Not even submit to me. Submit to either the relationship, and not even submit would be the wrong word. Just responsibilities to the relationship, or responsibilities to yourself. Like, and I think that's
like your life and your like work-life balance.
Yeah, work life. And it's not a knock. It's just I've noticed that with corporate.
Don't date a woman that identifies as a boss. Don't date any woman who identifies as a boss or queen. Those are the women who prioritize their career over relationships.
That's
all women. Like I'm a woman who has a career, right? I don't even like to go down and run down my resume to men on dates because I don't want no man interested in my money. and I don't. My career doesn't. I don't identify with my career, and I'm a woman first. And to me, it's more masculine to lead with your credentials and all that stuff. I ain't no man. So for me, I ain't out here calling myself no boss bitch and I'm a queen this and all that. No, I got 3 streams of income. That's as far as it goes. But no knock to any woman who does that. But those are generally the women who identify out like that, and they will prioritize their careers over relationships. So just vet those women, look at their social medias, look at how they present themselves, and those women are generally those types of women.
So you know what? That does explain it, because I do like boss chicks, I guess, so I guess
you could be a boss chick that don't identify as a boss. What do you consider a boss chick?
Someone who is able to entrepreneurial, has or is able to is responsible for.
Also, you like masculine women?
No.
You
I
do.
like very feminine.
No, but you like women who have really masculine lifestyles as far as really career based. And being an entrepreneur is a very you gotta be on your stuff to be an entrepreneur. And I'm not saying this as a derogatory thing as far as masculine women. I'm saying that as you have to be in your masculinity to even get in that area of careerdom, right? So those women are more like that. And I'm just speaking as a woman of women I come into contact with. This is just Mia's perspective and Mia's world. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? So the type of woman you like are generally going to be the type of women that ain't going to be willing to listen to you, and they're going to prioritize their career over relationships. Those are the women who get all these degrees and get all this career and get all this, and then they be 40 talking about, okay, I'm ready to have a family.
Well, he just said, right? He I don't think he could deny it, because he just said that's the women he just said women are emotionally intelligent, and then who are these unintelligent women?
You want a soft feminine woman that's a boss entrepreneur.
It's the ones you're running into calling themselves boss chicks and boss babes. And not to say that women call themselves boss chicks and boss babes can't lean into their femininity. It's just you haven't ran across that, because you just told us the women you run across are emotionally unintelligent.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not that women that are emotionally intelligent aren't out there, and they also are entrepreneurs, and they're also considering themselves to run their businesses. But you just said that's not the type of women you've been coming across.
Right, and I think a lot of it has to deal with what I've been presenting as well, and I think and of course it does actually. They're going to mirror me. So, so I think also having the unction of not abandoning. I've been in also a relationship where I've abandoned myself or certain goals or myself per se for the relationship, and that was like years ago, and that was something that was revealing to me to either step into my awareness, where I'm able to now, of course, add it into my bag of desires, but also bringing clarity to who I am as a man in the relationship, where I don't have to downplay what I want in order to ascertain the relationship or to maintain or manage the relationship. Where I had one instance where Shawty wanted to go on vacation, but I had deals on the table, and I can't vacate with, I can't come back, I can't leave the house, I couldn't leave at this point. I couldn't leave trying to enjoy vacation when I know I got ish back at the crib that I got to handle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pressing, and I ain't heard from and that was a deal breaker. Where I was like, nah, I can't do it, but it was kind of my fault too. Where I had planned a trip. Yeah, I'm coming, but then kind of last minute. You know what I'm saying? I had to bail out just because I didn't know I had these deals, and he was like, this is bread. This is how I eat. This is how I be. So I can't. So baby we weren't aligned. And so I noticed that I had did that at one point before, where I gave maybe too much time, or not too much time, where I just gave the relationship. It wasn't a balance. It wasn't a healthy balance for me. Being a full-blown entrepreneur while she was working, she made a good healthy check, but I would kind of like she needed whatever she needed, sort of speak. I would be able to, I would just maintain that, because if I'm that person in a relationship, I just did that, and so it kind of got into where I was not reciprocating the value for myself as opposed to the relationship. And so kind of lost in the sauce, and, I'm finding, my business wasn't excelling, or wasn't getting what I needed to get out of my business. But then also the relationship wasn't getting what it really needed because I'm frustrated that that I wasn't able to really get that same reciprocation. Where, as far as or I wasn't being able to manage that, and so it got a little overwhelming. So now I'm able to see where, and this is more, I'm talking to different men. I'm just seeing how different relationships are. I need to be focused on my ship. On my ish. And, if she comes along and she's about that or about my program or our program's blend, that's a healthy situation as opposed to having to give up something or something to that nature in order to attain certain relationships. Okay, I'm done.
Cool. Right. Thank you for the share. Someone said, just be. Justice says, how do you untap the screen from the desktop? I have no idea. Does anyone know?
For the desktop.
It's on the bottom right. So if you look at the bottom next to the chat.
Oh, he's talking about. Okay, my bad. I'm thinking about
Yeah. You're funny. Yeah, at the bottom next to the where you can type in the chat.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Hey, what's up, Kev?
Yeah, hey Kev, what's going on? Are you there?
Yep, I was typing, so I stopped.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
Fantastic. Good to hear from you. I haven't seen you in a minute.
Same here. I don't know how much I can add to the topic. I'm a single dad, raising a beautiful, vibrant, young little girl. And she manifests like a god all the time. And I feel like I align everything with what you were saying. I mean, to the minute degree. In every relationship I've ever been in, I've manifested it to the T. The best way I can describe this is you guys are beings with an S. You are beings. What that means is whatever you decide, keyword there, decide to be, that's what you attract to you. If you decide that you're not worthy, or like T was saying, that men are all cheaters, or ain't no good men out there, or all the good men are gone, that will be true for you. If you decide I'm a queen and my king has been waiting for me to arrive, here I am. That will be true for you. You are a being. You said, what type of being? Whatever type of being you decide you are. Whether you change your mind to be something else or change your mind from that something else to something else, you are being. And whatever you be in your believing, you will have. I know I'm in the script. Mark 11:24. You are a being. Everything external is a reflection of the internal. It's just what's confusing about it is you look at the external backwards. You think reflection, well, it's really a reflection. You think that's the reality. And it's not. You're the reality. I was thinking earlier, you can try this experiment for those who are interested in this example. If you imagine an apple, don't say out loud, just in your mind, an apple. And you don't even have to close your eyes. Just imagine an apple. Do everyone see the apple that they have in their mind? Who is looking at the apple? Because your eyes, your human eyes can't see it. But you know the apple's there because you can see it in your mind. Now, whether the apple is a green apple or red apple, like a Granny Smith apple, Fuji apple, you decide that. And you are the only one that can see it. I can't see what type of apple you have in your mind. Why? Because it exists in your mind, not mine. It exists in your mind as you believe. I caught some of what the artist was talking about. Once you understand and embrace your understanding, your SP has no choice but to show up because it has to reflect the inside of you. It's the law. It's the law of correspondence. You cannot break it. You can only confirm it. So, if you brought somebody into your existence and you upset with how they treat you, you can't get upset with them. Because the person that created them was you. They wouldn't exist unless you brought them into your reality. A-Town said you have to have somebody, you have to love yourself to attract somebody that loves you the way you want to be loved. Well, it starts from how do you want to be loved? Love yourself that way. Because the external is going to reflect whatever your ideal love is. Why do you think women who get abused fall in love with their abuser or go back to being abused? Because that's how they see themselves inside. The law of correspondence can only be confirmed. You can't break it. I love it, T, when you talked about how you change the inner you by putting more of the things about you that you wanted to have inside of you, i.e., read external books that reflect or give your attention to things that put your mind on the type of things that you wanted for yourself. Not what you were looking for in another, but what you wanted for yourself.
Yes.
And what happened? Here comes this beautiful, handsome, adorable, loving man into your life. And you don't get to say, won't he do it? No, won't you do it?
Exactly. Won't I do it?
Won't I do it?
Look at me. Look at me now. Look at me now.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Like I said, I don't know if I got anything to add to the,
No, you added lovely. You added exactly what everyone wanted to hear, what they needed to hear.
That's a fact. Thank you, Kevin.
Sure.
So is it fair to say that if you're not currently experiencing the love or whatever that you want, that means that you have not fully decided, or you're in between identity?
Yes, it's fair to say that you haven't decided what you're worthy of for yourself. You haven't fully embraced it, because you cannot break the law. You can only confirm it.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, that because I was thinking about that the other day when I was walking, and I said, "Wow, I feel like I've totally identified with the life that I want." And I'm like, why am I not experiencing it? But then I said to myself, but aren't you enjoying the happening, right? Like, if you just woke up and had it, wouldn't it take away from the experience of how it all unfolds? And isn't that what you're here to experience?
That is a very embracive way to look at it. Because whatever you tell yourself, remember, you are the observer looking at and experiencing the external. Nobody looking at the external except you. There is nobody else, just you. And yes, you get to determine what that looks like for you. Whether it looks like you're not going to be with somebody at this moment, which is fine. You don't need to have somebody make you whole. You're already whole. You don't need somebody to love you, to feel loved, except you. It all points back to you. You are the being, the creator of your existence. You are the awareness of your existence. Everything happens through your awareness. You don't see with your eyes. You see with your awareness. So, once you understand the game, play to win.
Yeah, so because I guess that was a twofold question, because just because you don't see it doesn't mean, because are you saying because you're not physically experiencing it, that means you don't already have it?
No, you already.
No, that's what I'm asking Key, because the first part of the question was, where if you're not experiencing it, doesn't mean you haven't made a decision. And then she said, well, what about the happening and then unfolding? So to me, those are not, we don't look for we don't look for the external to validate. If you're looking for the external to validate your decision, then that shows you haven't made a decision.
You haven't made a decision.
Because you don't need the external to validate you.
Yeah, and I was piggybacking off when you was having that conversation with the artist, and you said that once you made the decision, your Kenny showed up, right? You say he showed up. You didn't have to date yourself for long because he showed up because you made the decision. So I said, well, does it mean in reverse that if Kenny, my version of Kenny hasn't showed up, that means that I haven't fully made the decision? And if so,
no, that isn't what that means.
Okay.
No. It's the only thing it means that is if you're looking for it to show up. So I didn't need him to show up to validate that I had already made the decision that it couldn't happen. Right? Like, so like when we say we want a particular person to show up, and then something close to it, but not exactly showed up, we question what showed up. We're like, oh my goodness, it was almost, but not quite. I almost got it, but that wasn't quite it. What am I doing wrong? Who says you're doing anything wrong? That just ain't it. That's all. That just ain't it. There's no wrongness there. The person, the thing you wanted just has not made the appearance. That's it. That's the only thing that's happening. Nothing else. Again, if I had, whenever we make decisions though, right? When you truly make a decision, is there any other options that come into mind? Even if, like, give an example, when I talked about getting the whole row to myself, right? On a plane. Well, I decided I was going to get the whole row, but what happened? Someone came and sat in my row. Did I start saying, oh my goodness, I can't believe someone came and sat there? No. I just looked and said, oh, that's not what I wrote. You're not supposed to be here. You're going to have to get, like, I'm saying that to myself. I didn't fall out because the person came and sat there. I knew that is not what I had manifested. So that means this was not the whole picture being shown. And so in like 2 minutes, he was up. He was out of the seat. He had moved to a different location. I didn't let appearances dictate my reality. Exactly. Toyia, I only had to say it to myself.
So Toyia, I'm sorry, I had a question to kind of add to what Key was saying to kind of try to make sense of it. Because I'm trying to kind of make sense of it, of what she's asking. So like, just like, you know, everyone's manifestation doesn't happen immediate, and the how you're never going to understand, right? So if you're manifesting this SP that you desire, right? But you meet a guy that isn't the SP you desire, but sometimes he might be a part of the how, right? Because you aren't aware of how you are going to get your manifestation. You just know it's yours. And you're not supposed to be involved in the how. Because if you keep worrying about the how too much, you could kind of mess up. So sometimes people enter your life to help it unfold. Or sometimes people leave your life to help things unfold. So sometimes I guess when you're dating or you meet people that aren't the person you want, it doesn't mean that your manifestation isn't still in play. So is that's kind of
oh, sorry, go ahead. Oh, I thought someone was going to say something. That makes perfect sense. So I guess you can look at it two ways. You can say, if once you decide the manifestation had to show up, you're not saying immediate at this moment. You're saying that there is no plan B. You know that in the time, which is not yours to decide, and the how that's not yours to decide, it's going to show up. I think I got confused when you said I stopped dating myself because once I decided it had to show up. And I guess I looked at it as if once I decided it had to show up, you know, like at that moment. But I get it now that you're saying that once you make that decision, ain't no plan B, ain't no second guessing, it's going to show up. So I don't have to date myself in order to get myself ready or make myself believe.
Right.
I don't have to do that anymore. I get it now. Okay. Mm-hmm. I be getting it, girl.
The shift had been made. The shift had been made.
I get it. Okay. That makes so much sense. You made the shift. So you didn't need to go on dates with yourself anymore.
Not that I couldn't, right? But I was doing things that were, maybe I felt was uncomfortable. Maybe I felt like I wanted someone else to date me. I need someone else to do it. Let me do it for myself. Instead of looking for someone else to do the things I want to experience, let me do it for myself. Let me see how that feels, right? Because I had never done it before. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like with me with the golf course living, I used to drive to the golf course, drive around the neighborhood to convince myself that I can stay here. And then once I convinced myself that I could do it, I ain't have to do that no more. I don't need to drive over there no more and drive through that neighborhood. It has to show up. Okay. It makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. What you want to say, the artist?
No, I was gonna say something in regards to what Key was saying. I think was it Key? Somebody asked a question where it was like, what if something comes into your reality that ain't necessarily what you want, but it did happen to come at the time where you were asking, but it's not in alignment with like that thing that really is your true desire or whatever. And I was thinking about this past connection, and I was like, I did ask to like strengthen certain things so that I could be in alignment. You know what I'm saying, with the thing that I desire. So I was just gonna say, maybe not for everyone, but at least for me, it kind of felt like maybe I but I chose to go through that particular situation because it taught me different marriage skills like patience and proper communication. You get what I'm saying? Because marriage is obviously the end goal. So it gave me an opportunity to kind of practice the marriage, some of the things that I feel like I know I want to be and how ways that I want to show up in the marriage, even though that wasn't my wife. You get what I'm saying? So maybe for me, I manifested a relationship that was like what they call it, the first pancake, because the first pancake is always like, the messed up pancake type of thing. So I manifested that, but it was so that I could get better at practicing showing up the way I know I want to show up. And
I think you all are focusing too much on the details of how it's supposed to unfold, what's supposed to happen. Just enjoy the unfoldment. Don't worry about the details. Just be the person who has it, and the details fill in on their own. Get out of the details. The devil is in the details. The doubt is in the details. Then you start doubting yourself. Am I doing it the right way? Am I doing too much? Am I overthinking it? Forecasting again. Instead of just knowing that you're already it. You're already the perfect mate. And because you're already a perfect mate, the perfect mate has to align to that. You're already it. You don't need to do anything but be. This is what Kevin was just saying. You're a being, and you're too focused on the doing. What do I got to do? What 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 do I have to do? What do I have to do? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Chill. Just chill. And just settle down. That's all you have to do. Just you and you. Just chill out. You're overthinking it. You're doing it. You all in your head. And I get it. Because it's something you really want. But you got to move from wanting to having.
Yeah, and I kind of want to show up proper.
You already it though. So what do you think makes you show up proper? What do you think you're lacking? What do you think is a shortcoming? You have to stop thinking that.
Okay, you're right.
You're not lacking anything. You're not short of anything. You are perfect just the way you are. You don't need to change a thing, but thinking that you need to change something. See yourself as already being enough. You're enough. You're perfect. You're amazing. 'Cause you're amazing just the way you are. And when you smile. Make a decision. This is how I'm going to show up and then show up. That's it. It all comes back to a decision. So somebody in the chat was asking, how do you manifest your SP? Decide what you want and then let it be. I know it sounds too simple. It's too simple. What do you mean? What do you mean? And so yes, I can talk about my journey to the shift, because remember, I knew nothing about manifestation then. I didn't have a correlation of how I needed to shift the mindset. So yeah, that may have been a longer road for me to travel because I didn't know the law. I didn't know all I had to do was speak it and it would be so. I thought it was things I had to fix about myself. And so that doesn't mean that isn't a way, because that's a way, but that's usually the hard way. That's usually the broad way. when you're trying to do things on the outside. But what I did have the aha moment or the epiphany was, I'm the one choosing these men. I'm the one thinking this way about the men. I cannot say that all men are dogs and then think I'm gonna get one that's not a dog. Make that make sense. How can I have the mindset all men are dogs and then think I'm not gonna get a dog? What? That means I can't think that all men are dogs if I want one that's not gonna cheat on me. Like what? I did have that realization, but that was just my journey. Everybody's journey is different, but your journey will be different because your decision making will be different. You know the law. You know there's nothing to change but self. You know all you have to do is speak the word and it shall be. You know that's all it takes. It doesn't take anything more than that because you know the law. You've practiced the law. You've applied the law. And you know when you made a decision and there was no other options, that thing had to come into your experience. You know this. Now you just have to trust it in this area of your life. Because you've seen it work when it came to money. You've seen when it worked getting the SP back. You've seen it work. The law is no respect of persons. It still works. It comes from making a decision and not being double-minded. You just haven't made a decision. So that's why, because if you made a decision, we wouldn't be talking about it. There's no talking when you make a decision. You don't have to go and confer with anyone.
That routine, so we can't come up and talk.
No, I'm not saying.
I just got shamed for being up here. Like,
no, I'm not saying. Man, I just want you to recognize that you haven't made a decision, and it's time to make a decision. Stand 10 toes down.
It's time to make a decision. Yeah. Yep. You're right.
I know Latoxic was saying something about these. So I know you were talking about your boss earlier. Did you have anything you want to add? Or I know you've been kind of quiet. I don't even know if you're still there. she hasn't talked since the beginning. She might have went to sleep. I know she'll be going to sleep early. She might not even be up there no more. Oh. But it's okay. That's how we talk it out. That's how we realize, oh, I'm still kind of double-minded. I'm still straddling the fence. And that's okay. Just recognize that you really haven't made a decision. And now it's time for you to make a decision. But remember, I was like, sometimes you're in the wilderness stage, right? So you've left the old state, but you have not entered into the promised land. Why? Because you still kind of looking back. That's what the Israelites were doing, which is why they stayed so long in the wilderness, because they would not die to the old state. They kept bringing up the past. When I made a decision, I didn't bring up the past anymore. I didn't blame anyone else for the problems in the relationship. It was the onus was on me. I took full responsibility for my choices. Right? I wasn't blaming the men. The men, I didn't blame my ex-husband for my failed marriage. I didn't say, oh, well, he did this and he did that. And if it wasn't, no, none of that. I didn't even talk about I didn't badmouth my husband to my children, none of that. Like, once you say you have to be like the script says, let the dead bury the dead. You can't, but a lot of us are still resurrecting it. And we want to talk, well, what had happened was, well, let me tell you how this relationship just didn't work. Let me remind you. See, I just got to keep it real. I got to tell you how it just didn't work out. No, you don't. That's a choice. You do not have to talk about the past. You're choosing to talk about the past because the past does not define the present, but your past is defining your present. Why? Because you're talking about it in the present. You're deciding that I got to tell this. No, you don't. Because you actually talk about what you want, not about what you don't want, not how it didn't work, not what this person did to you 10 years ago, 5 years ago, how the marriage. I don't talk. Do you all know why my marriage didn't work? Did I give any
no idea.
exactly? Exactly. Cuz I
I
don't
have
talk
no
about
idea.
it. I don't talk about
Yeah. And I don't talk about why my marriages fail, so I definitely understand. Yeah, but I get where you're coming from.
Because that's not my I don't identify with. I generalize it, right? I just say, well, I just said that all men were this. So you got a general. You might have a general, right? But I don't give specifics. I don't talk about specifically what, right? I just say he's lumped in with all the other men I dated. I thought a certain way about men, so those are the type of men I attracted. But I'm talking from a place of this is where I was and this is where I am. But it's no, and I don't get into specifics because that's not who I am. So when people bring up like, well, what? So if you know, could you have manifested a better relationship? No, because at that time I didn't know nothing about manifestation. I was a totally different person. I had no idea. I didn't know what was going on. I'm just in that identity. You know, so I guess I could have, but that wasn't my mindset then. I have a different mindset now.
And I thought she was asking if you knew what you knew now, would you have manifested a different relationship? If you had the knowledge, would you have just let it fall away? Like
if I had the knowledge, he would not have been someone I married.
Got it. Straight like that. Got it.
Because I would have knew my worth.
Got it. Yes.
Or
yes.
we would still be married.
Oh.
If I had the knowledge, then we would still be married. Yeah, I found out that I found out the law works, right? Exactly. I made the correlation between thoughts and experiences. I recognized my beliefs were framing my reality. My beliefs, that's why I had the experiences I had, is because I believed what I believed. I believe relationships were hard. Even though I wanted someone to be honest, right? I wanted someone to treat me kind, you know, to be honest with me, to be faithful to me. I thought that's what I wanted because that's what I was saying. Of course, I want someone that when I get married to them, they're going to be faithful to me. They're going to be honest. They're going to take care of the family. Of course, who goes into entering a relationship looking for it to be helter skelter? And even though you may be conditioned to think, okay, I know marriages are going to have their challenges. I know it's going to be a little difficult, but we'll work together. We'll get over it. We'll come together as a unit and we'll talk it out and we'll figure it out. But in the heart of hearts, I know that I was insecure and maybe didn't want to actually acknowledge that I was insecure. I put the reason why it wasn't working out on them, right? I'm saying, well, they're the problem. Men just don't know how to be faithful. Men just don't know how to be honest. So I just got to hope that if those situations do come up, we're able to work through it. We're able to work it out. We'll get over it because, you know, that's just how marriages are. You know, people cheat. You know, men gonna do what they're gonna do. And you just got to accept it or be lonely. Like, that's the mindset. That's what we're conditioned to.
You're gonna die with cats. You're gonna end up a cat lady unless you get with the fact that men are gonna be unfaithful. That's that's the propaganda. They get you.
Yep. And then I had that aha moment. Hold up, wait a minute. I know good guys. I know good guys that were not cheater pumpkin eaters. I know that's not true.
That's the next level of awareness. So mine was before this level was, and I cheat back.
I'm gonna get my leg back. Huh?
I cheat back. So you cheat, I cheat. So we just be cheating together. What?
No, I wasn't a cheater. I would just leave if I just couldn't. It just ain't gonna work. It just wasn't in me to do that. He said, "Oh."
But I'm just saying, no, but that's the, now I'm not even, I don't even like the idea of commitment. I don't even like the word commitment. So I'm just like, I don't know. I look at commitment like, because what if I decide I want to leave and find, someone else and be with someone else? Then I got to go through a lengthy legal process. No,
See,
no,
well,
no.
here's the thing. Here's this how you know you haven't had a shift, because
Okay,
you're
tell me.
already expecting the worst.
No, not the worst.
You did. You said
want
I had to go
experience
through this
someone
whole
else.
legal thing. We got to divide. You just said that. You're
Okay,
not
so
thinking
I
that.
like variety. I don't want to be cow tied or whatever the word is to one person.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's just the worst. That's just, I realize that I
Right. Well, why? Well, I guess my
for
thing
one person.
is, if you're not desiring getting married, why are you having a conversation of having to get out of the marriage?
Oh, because I'm talking about what I don't want, which I shouldn't be doing.
Cause what? Cause what? If that's not an option, how is that a conversation?
Which is why I keep attracting men who want marriage, because I keep talking about the one thing I don't want. See, in full circle. Yeah. You get me every time, and I still fall into the same trap. You be like, why do you keep talking about it?
Because somebody that doesn't want a relationship don't talk about relationships.
You surely is talking about it. You sure you don't want it?
Exactly, because I'm confused. Like, wait a minute. I thought you said you didn't want a relationship. Why is that a part of your...
I do want a relationship.
That part. I think you're just scorned from the last one.
Oh, maybe
you haven't completely detached from that, from how that hurt you and how you were just so involved in that. And you might have deeply really wanted it to work, but you recognize that you will be settling. And so
the artist, she said, look, so remember the question that Mia asked yesterday, and the artist said, well, have you tried poly? Listen.
Because I think you're doing this as a way to not get hurt again.
You know what? I would have said that, but I feel like I've always been, and that it could be true. I'm not denying what you're saying, because, but I feel like I've always left relationships after like a year, got bored after like a year or two. Like I just wanted someone else. So, and I got married a couple times, and I'm like, I don't want to be married. I want someone else. So I'm like, what is it? And I was like, is it just that I just don't like the idea of being with one person for life? I don't know. Or it could be, like you said, this ain't no therapy session.
No, it's not a therapy session, but I'm just like, but right.
Before I start going,
Right. But I'm just thinking like, okay, so the relationship ended because you earlier in the live you said you all will break up and you will manifest them back. You will break up and manifest them back. So if you really left from lack of variety, like you wanted to experience other people, why did you keep manifesting him back?
Yeah, and I finally left because that's what I wanted, something different. But in that 2-year relationship, we just broke up because of and I know it's louder here because I'm at the gym, but we just broke up because of irreconcilable difference, for lack of a better word. But then I still wanted, I'm like, I wished I could be with other people besides just being with him, but he was so stuck on commit. Like, I did not want boyfriend and girlfriend.
Gotcha.
I never wanted that with him. That's something that he kept saying, we're together. And I'm like, no, we're not. Like, if I want to date other people, I should be able to. But anyway, I never wanted to be in a relationship. I never wanted to be in a relationship with anybody, to be honest with you. It was always something that men pushed on me. The same thing with the 2 marriages. They wanted to marry and push that on me. And I was...
Okay, so you're in the process of taking your power back. Like, you're not going to allow them to dictate the circumstances of the relationship.
Yes.
The terms and conditions. You're like, nope, I did that. I let them decide if we get together, even though I was resistant to it. I kind of just fell into these relationships. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, if I'm gonna lose them unless I agree to be in a relationship with them. Like this is I'm gonna. I mean, I like the guys. I just didn't want to be in a committed relationship. But that's what they wanted, and I'm like, but I like him. So I guess I have to do it just to keep dating him for however long I'm dating him.
Yeah. So now, yeah, you got to get clarity about what you want, but as long as you have clarity, because my thing is, if you truly don't want relationships, then your conversation would never be about, well, then I'm going to get a divorce and we're going to have to do this, and that's never, because you're in the identity that a relationship is not on the table. So you're never going to find yourself in one. So there's no reason to talk about having to get out of one.
That's so true. Yeah. I can talk about dating, but not
Exactly.
relationship. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. You be like, well, I ain't got nothing to worry about because that ain't even my story. I'm in here. I'm here to have fun. I'm
Yes.
variety. That should be your focus. That should only be your conversation. Yeah, I'm not here having fun. I'm dating multiple people.
Yes.
Right? Like that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I want. Yeah.
But is it? Pay attention to your conversation.
Fair enough. Yep. You're right. I'll stop you when you start lying, and you ain't lied yet.
You silly. Oh, yeah, the artist said she called and she went to the gym somewhere. And she hear all that banging in there.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm a man. I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I'm gonna let you guys talk, but I want to hear my sister what she say. I can explain exactly what you mean. Where that come from. Give me if you allow me to, then I'm gonna shut up until you allow me to. I can explain.
No, go ahead. What you gonna? Hey, how you doing, Silas? What's going on? What you gonna add to the conversation?
Okay, I'm a man, right? So this is interesting to me because I know exactly what you're saying. Me as a man, I'm like that too. I'm exactly like that. Here's the thing, right? Kid, what was that, Miss Kid? I want to make sure. Let me tell you something, right? There's nothing wrong with her or nothing wrong with that. The reason is that because she comes from a different being. You can be with somebody. You can care for them. Because when you're talking about giving yourself, it's very sacred. That's sacred. So she's a being. She's one of the beings that, yeah, she will care for you. She's not a two faces, but she's just not gonna give you her like that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a being. She's not just come from just any being. And that's why sometimes she might feel like, you know what, or somebody might say, you know what, you want me to see different persons? It's not because she's a bad person. It's because her being is not attached to just anybody. If I'm allowed to explain it, being key, because it takes a special person to understand that. That's why you see there's some people, some human, you might call them humans, they come on this planet, you see they want to be with other person. They want to be, they have a husband, or what you can call a husband, or a wife, but they want to be with other person. They are different being, different energy. They come from different planet. That's why they don't know how to give themselves to one person. If they give themselves to one person, they feel vulnerable. They're not going to last long because they don't feel complete. They want to feel like, okay, they're vulnerable to themselves, not to anybody else, to somebody else.
but they will give you their energy. They will let you sustain yourself to them. And that's who she is. She is a goddess. So, I'm sorry to intervene, but I knew exactly when she was speaking. I was there with a whoa, she is one of that. Yes. And it's very rare, it's very special. But it's not because something wrong with that person. It happened to male figure to female figure, because they are the same being. But when they two come together, they meet each other, you will see they say, you know what? I want to experience another, something else. And they was like, okay, heck yeah, I want that. Yes. So they come from different, that being, the same exact being. And then you will see the only thing you can't do, you cannot go behind them. Be with that other person without them being there or knowing. That's a no. Because they're from that planet. And she knew exactly what I'm saying. And I understood that because it's very profound, sister. It's very profound. It might seem like awkward to some people, but in this spiritual realm and this universe we're living in, it's there, they're all there. That's why you cannot put everybody the same. Because we all not the same. We come from different galaxies. You might come from a star, and this one come from that star. We have different feelings. We might become together as one, but at the end of the day, we all come from different galaxies. And what I'm saying is very deep, but I just don't want to take over. But I'm saying with Sister Key, yes, before somebody criticize something you don't know, learn to understand that we're not here just because we're here. We all come from a different planet, different feelings. You know what you are. I know what I am. And she knows exactly. That's why you see, let me tell you something, right? I don't know if you guys know about, for example, this is not the topic, but it's swinger. Why do you think they're a swinger? Because they come from different planet. That's what they want.
Yeah, no one's judging that. Yeah, I think you get to choose your experience down here.
Why?
Yeah.
Exactly, sister.
Yeah. So that's why you have polygamous, polyamorous. You have all kind of, people like, yeah.
Thank you. So who am I? Who are you? Who think that they're supposed to tell anybody else how to live their life to experience their own experience?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we all have to be respected about. And when my sister, I can feel her spirit because I know exactly where she comes from.
Yeah. And no one's judging her. We're in agreement with her choices, whatever, because it doesn't really matter what we think anyway. I know she doesn't care what we think based on what she wants to do with her body.
Sister, you know I love you so much is the fact that the galaxy where you come from, you're wise. You're very wise. You're here to change your life. Do you know the sister was talking today was showing all the plants and everything else? Was showing the vegetables. I was there. I listened. I was working.
Oh, okay.
I was wide panel. I'm interested, but I said, you know what? Let me just listen. So I was there. Trust me. Every light you have, I know I'm there. I can be wired, some electric wire, I can panel, MDP. I'm doing things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, your panel, just like she said earlier, don't even think you even know who you are. Let me say it this way. Now, no disrespect, way, because you're gonna invited more higher being hype me into panel. And then what's going to happen, you're going to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You're going to be unstoppable because they will try to stop you, but they can't. Because all you're going to get in your panel is energy. Energy where they cannot come from different galaxies, different planets. They cannot stop it. And it's not you. Even you get to a point you cannot even control it no more. Because it belongs to you, because what you started, maybe you can't even finish it. Because you did start. So what I'm saying, we all have here coming this planet, this universe, to choose our own destiny. Nobody must tell us what we should do, what we should not do. So the reason that I take over my sister, I want you to, my sister, she's not just ordinary, okay? This energy I picked up. I come from different galaxy too, you know? So I can't say certain things. It's sacred. But we are here in the collective. I love you.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Love you too. Thank you for sharing.
I love you more. I love you more. I love you more.
Oh. Oh.
Be God that you are. My sister, Kitty, you are.
Yes.
Come from the galaxy. That we're not here to please no one, please ourselves first, then everything will come after. Because we must not allow them to think we don't know anymore. We've been here. Now it's time for us to manifest God the light. So it is. So it is. It shall be done accordingly.
Love it.
I speak within. So it is. Thank you, Key. Thank you, Empress. Thank you, God.
Thank you,
Speak
God.
it.
Thank you.
Say it.
Yes. Yes. Thank
Nothing
you, Silas.
Can touch you. Nothing can touch you unless you allow them to. Because you have a powerful energy that no one can touch like that unless you allow them to. They will never be able to. You know what? I'm talking to you right now, tears come to my eyes. Especially when I speak, my sister, who speaks about all the different plants. Guess what? I have everything. I could have, if I was up in the life, I could tell her exactly, yes, that. This cucumber is right, is ready. That, the moringa. Listen, I eat the seed. I know all about them plants. I live with them. I sleep with them. But you know what? When I see my family, just start learning from it. And I say, universe, maybe it's time now. Soursop, huh? Cucumber, okra. Eat all them things raw. Grow them, eat them raw. Don't cook it. Lemon, pepper. All these things, those are medicines. Your medicine is your food is your medicine. There's a string of sickness. We're supposed to live hundreds of years in this planet. Because we've been shortage. Because we allowed them to shortage our life. But we're here now. Mm-hmm. We are here now. We're not going nowhere. Now we're going to show them who we are.
Yep, it's not about them. So I only move too much off topic, but I appreciate you. I don't want to get into the them and they talk.
I know.
We keeping it light and easy. We talking about that people defining their relationship goals. Yep, their SPs.
Another topic, another energy. Let me tell you, that's why I love female energy. The female energy is the one who make the universe move. My mother is female. You know who she is? The Mother Earth. She speaks to me. She heals me when I'm sick. When I'm hungry, she feeds me.
I appreciate that. But we're gonna stay on topic.
Yes.
I appreciate. Thank you for sharing,
Sister Kid. Planet. Okay. I want you to tell me something.
So much.
If I shut my mouth, I want you to tell me something because I know you know something to tell me. Please tell me before I'm gonna stay mute. But
I'm not gonna tell you anything. I say I thank you for sharing. I appreciate you.
No, sis, you did, but I'm saying Sister Key.
Oh, Sister Key. Oh, I don't think. I think she just said thank you. Well, go ahead. I don't know if she had anything to say.
She got something else to say. I know.
Oh no! Thank you for your time. Have a good night.
Okay, indeed.
Oh, appreciate you. All right.
Thank you, sister. I love you. You guys, I'm gonna stay right here for a little bit.
Okay.
Keep on talking. Let me absorbing all the energy.
Nice. Thank you.
Indeed.
All right. Thanks, Brother Silas.
And love, respect.
Love and respect. All right. Roger that. Hello, how are you?
Hey. What's up, Buttercup?
Hey, everything's good. How you been?
Really well, and working on platinum status. So,
Nice. Okay.
So was listening in to what the brother was sharing there, and I just had one quick question. Manifest your SP. Is that spiritual partner?
You can say that, but we just say specific person. Your special person, specific person. It can be anyone. It can be a significant other. Maybe you want to reconcile relationships with in-laws, old friends, bosses, partners, employees, whatever. Every relationship could be exactly what you want it to be. That's the power you have.
Oh, for sure. Certainly agree with that. And so as far as the previous ones with any type of relationship, we're keeping it moving because we got what we needed from that situation, whether it was good or bad. So we land there and focus on the one that we're with and growing and grinding and becoming more and more to becoming one flesh. Like those songs we give it all up. From like when we were little kids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't have the one you want, love the one you with. I'm dating myself right now, but yeah, they knew what they were talking about. They was giving up the game and the sauce and the songs and the movies and stuff. So
yeah, I mean it's really no limitation. It can be whatever you say it is. That's the whole game. You get to dictate the terms and conditions.
Absolutely. And then Master P said, we're no limit soldiers. I love it. There are no limits.
No
limits. It's all for us. Abundance, increase, power, authority, pressed down, shaken together, and overflowing. All things work together for the good who are called and who choose themselves.
Ooh,
that'll preach right there.
There you go. That is the key. When you choose yourself, you can't go wrong.
Come on. I mean, it's so simple.
It's so simple.
Yes, so for some, so mystical and so like, how dare you think that so much of yourself. So, that's just the key. I think I heard you say it first. The first time I heard it's an inside job. I love that.
Inside job. Man. Because there's so many times when it comes to relationships, we're so focused on the other person. The other person is just a character in your movie. And they're really just a mirror of you.
Yes.
So if you won't like the role they're playing, guess what you have to do? Change the script. You have to change the script. Rewrite the story.
Yes.
Why would you play second fiddle in your own movie? Why are you letting them dictate what the relationship should look like?
That's so good. And the answer, I think, is to always land there. It's idolatry. That's why somebody would let someone else or some other thing dictate or write their story. Ain't that nothing?
Yep.
That they were gifted to experience, manifest, experience oneness and closeness with the maker of creation.
Yep. Yep. Stop idolizing your partners, anyone outside of you. Your boss has no power over you. Your employees, your in-laws, your significant other, your children, your parents, your friends, no one, you don't give them the power. You operate from love. That's what you operate from love.
And be the first partaker of it, right?
Yes. Drink from the cup first.
Yes.
Then you pass it around.
Yes. What is it? Scripture talks about the cup overflowing. So you got to be infilled though first. Yep. With your own journey and your own gifts and be the first partaker. And then it's just going to be a natural overflow when who you are and what your gifts are and your purpose and all that good stuff. Yeah. And then you'll be able to attract exactly what it is. Like you said, that mirror. Yeah. And it's so funny when you chat with friends and stuff that who they kind of idolize a relationship or a man or a woman. It's like, they just it's like a Harlequin romance. and you remember those Harlequin romance?
Yeah.
Like you're just shooting yourself in the foot, So it's just so much simpler, and it's not so mystical and stuff. And what if you listen closely, you find is that a lot of folks, they are against that very thing that they say that they want. It's just crazy.
Yep. And you have to acknowledge, you have to ask yourself the question, am I really loving myself? And what does that look like? What does it mean to love me? All of me. Like putting me first, choosing me in every circumstance, every situation. Right?
Because
the thing that I want someone else to do for me, I should be doing for me. I want someone to make me happy. I should be making myself happy. I want someone to consider me. I should be considering me. Yes.
Absolutely. And when you hear folks say, "Oh, somebody made them do," like what? So you're just what? You're just a victim looking for hiring villain.
Yeah.
See? It just blows my mind. And like I'm saying, is get relationships like romantic ones or I guess romantic ones, they get romanticized. Yeah. And it's like they can, like on the romantic comedies and stuff, which is it's entertainment. It's like every day is a walk down the beach and there's gonna be roses and dinners and love making. Does your life, I asked, does your life look like that? Is your life by yourself on your journey? Does it look like that all the time?
Or looking for a prince on a knight in shining armor, right? Somebody's gonna come save you. You gotta come save me. Where's my prince to save me?
Yep.
Ain't nobody come to save you, boo. Ain't nobody come to save you.
Save yourself. Save yourself. You are your own savior.
You better get your love in yourself, turn all that passion and stuff into compassion.
In love with yourself, know yourself, know thyself, so you shall do it. Listen, if you don't know you,
Yes. What happened? Go ahead, Roger. That.
Somebody put in the when the brother was sharing, somebody put in the chat. They were talking to Key. Said, "Hey, men, can you date at one time. Did you see that?
Mm.
I thought that was an intriguing question. Where's it?
That was A-Town. That was A-Town. He just said, yeah, how many would you, be willing to date at one time? And it sounded so like weird, but I got where he was saying,
Right, because she ain't about to get with all of them. She just want them to take on dates.
Yeah,
she just wants to be wined and dined. She ain't looking to have jump offs.
Yeah, exactly.
We ain't doing that. Not to say that she couldn't do it. I'm just saying that's not what she wants.
Thank you.
She could do that.
Right, exactly.
5 and 6 have been simultaneously in a past life. Okay.
At one time, let me shut up.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about passion, right? Passion. It's different. Sister, it's a difference between passion and understanding, right? When you're in passions, now you're gonna do thing different. When you're understanding, right? Now you're gonna come with your partner and say, you know what, that's what I want, that's what I like. Can you come with me in that? That's a difference. All right? So therefore, because you can be tricked. You can be tricked from that. So don't be confused passion with understanding.
You were referring to the statement that I made, this sister here with 5 to 6 have been managed simultaneously. Is that what you're saying? Be careful about?
I don't know about, I guess, but me, I pick up energy. When somebody speak, I listen. It doesn't matter if I'm in mute, I'm still listening, I pick up the energy. So what I'm saying is that the reality, know the difference between passions, understanding, and knowing that, okay, this is what you want. This is, if it's a passion, that's something different. You can be passionate about something, but you don't understand it. See, that's a difference. That's a difference.
We don't stand under anything.
Okay, now thank you, sister. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. So that means that, okay, cool. We can talk about anything, right?
Because there's no should. People can do whatever they want to. That's what we already said. We said people have the right of their own journey, their own path. There's no, they should be doing this or not doing that. People can do whatever they want to do. Just know what you want. Just know what you want. And then decide that you can have it. Because life is here. Life is all about experience. And there's no limitation to experience. That's what we're here to do. We're here to experience life.
That's so good for me back then. Back then, 5 or 6, that's real talk. And I didn't even have to be careful because it was all gravy, baby, as they say. And I was too much woman for one man. Okay.
Oh my God. Thank you for clarifying that, sister. That's a lot. Thank you. Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you. I respect you guys. Thank you for allowing me. When I had to up, that took me not to take over, but it put it in my heart, so I had to say something.
Well, no, you good, but you good, but like you're saying, you can't tell somebody be careful about what they're doing. That worked very well for me. It got me to the one, to being the woman that is, enough for one. So that was, and let me tell you, it was very fulfilling. It was very fun. It was very adventurous.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's life's experience, right? You live like it's an experience. Let me tell you something, right? I'm gonna share something with you guys. I grew up in New York City, in Brooklyn, right? So I interact with people, but I always knew I was different. I never judge people. I do choices. I never care about what somebody say about this other person. Back in the days, let me say it bluntly. Back in the days, what I'm saying? Like, they say, well, if somebody know that person is gay or preference of different sexual, man, they will literally despise you, right? So I learned to say, wait a minute.
Silas, you're taking us off the path.
I'm sorry.
You're talking about something that we're not talking about. That's not adding to the conversation. I think you're gonna have to go start your own live if that's what you want to do. Because I think you're just talking because you want to talk, and no, we need to stay on topic. We're talking about relationships.
I'm telling you from experience. And like,
it doesn't really fit into what we're visiting about.
You might wait. You guys in the energy.
You keep talking about they. You keep talking about they and them, and who cares?
Right. We're talking about our own personal journeys and what we want in an SP or in life as far as relationships. And people are trying to flush out what it is there. Some people are still trying to figure out, maybe why what they desire isn't happening, isn't coming into fruition. That's what we're talking about. We're helping people come to understanding that the only reason you're not getting it is because you're saying it. You're creating the reality of whatever you're experiencing. And if you want to experience a different reality, you got to talk about something differently.
Got it. Okay.
It's really simple.
Yes, it is simple. Dating and relationship. So, yes. Dating relationship, to me.
Silas, what did you tell me? When you were done, when I gave you your space to talk, what did you tell me? I'm just going to sit up here and I'm going to mute and I'm going to listen. You're not doing that.
All right.
I gave you your space to talk, and then when I started talking to Roger you wanted to interrupt. Hold on. You wanted to interrupt her conversation with me. Because when I was talking to you, no one added, no one interrupted, no one interjected while you talked, right? And so when someone else's turn, you have to get to show the same respect that it was given you, to let people have their time to say what they want to say without interjecting. And you're interjecting and you're taking us away from the conversation. Like now you're talking with me. You're talking with me as I'm talking. I love Silas, but he want to say whatever's on his mind, regardless if he got to do what we talking about in hand. And it's just like, dude, read the room. Read the room.
His brother said you got to be careful. I don't got to do none of that. I get to experience this ninja.
Talk about what galaxies we come from and what spirits, and I'm just like, okay, I guess.
He's so far from the deep end, he's drowning. He's drowning in the deep end. My brother.
I love him, but he got it like, I got to get it out. I got to say what I got to say. I'm like, Lord, it's okay. Oh my goodness. We're talking about relationships here, because I have no idea if he's in a relationship. I don't know. He didn't even speak to that. I have no idea like what his perspective is on it. I just know he wanted to talk about Key and her being from a different galaxy.
Right. Let's take a wild guess, shall we? If we were betting folks, what are the chances that he's in a relationship? Okay.
Okay, so someone says on YouTube, relationships become complicated when you're not on the same page. Mutual respect and unselfishness will make a relationship damn near last forever. Just X keeps swearing. Wow. Make it last forever and ever and ever. That's how.
Ooh, baby.
A-Town. I'm laughing at A-Town's message.
Come on. All right, keep sweating.
Just don't make it complicated. Stop talking about your relationship status complicated. That's why. Y'all talking about y'all got complicated relationships and then wonder why it's difficult.
Because your ass is complicated.
Exactly. Don't be complicated, then it won't be. It's so simple.
Come on, sis. It's beautiful and simple. But see, the opposers and the trickers got us thinking that it's got to be like complicated and complex and explained away him. Hello.
Hello. It don't. It does not have to be. It could be whatever you say it is. So Silas came back up. I guess what's on your mind, Silas? Keep it brief. Stay on topic.
Okay, sister. Let me tell you something, right? I want to say one thing. I love y'all. You're my sisters, and my mothers, and my nurtures. The king is speaking to you guys. Your queen, your goddess, your guide. So that I am. I'm sorry if I speak a certain way you don't understand. Because I come from different galaxy. I come from different planet. My language might not be profound the way you want it to be. That's why you misunderstood what I'm saying. So, I am a living God. That's why all this time, you know how many months now, it's been 2 years now I've been talking to you. You have no idea who I am, sister. I come from different galaxy. Okay?
I'm sorry, Silas, are you in a relationship with the SP of yours?
See, you said I'm coming to say one thing, and you did not stick to that. Because you already told us you came from a different galaxy. So you said that the last time you were up on the panel. So we get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. We may not understand what you're saying, but we're staying. Yes. Here's the thing. You keep trying to take us off topic. We're talking about manifesting SPs. So I'm going to read what Kang Shai says. A lot of relationships die out from lack of a romantic part. I say the relationships die out because you wrote it into the script that it shouldn't last.
Okay, can I speak about that?
Nope.
Okay, I respect that.
Because are you going to speak about that? I'm gonna give you 10 seconds. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to see if you're actually going to speak to what he just said. Go ahead.
Right. So the thing is this, right? I come a higher realm where
Nope, you're not even. We don't care about your higher realm. You're supposed to talk about what I just read, and you already can't even do it. You can't even do it, Silas. Like, I get it. You want to talk about how powerful you are, how well versed you are, how deep you are, how connected. I get it. We get it. But we want to talk about something else. We don't want to talk about your glory. We don't want to talk about your galaxy. We want to talk about relationships.
I can switch that.
No, you can't. You tried it and you betted. You went for bet 3 and you 0-3. You're 0-3, Silas. So I'm going to drop you. You're 0-3 because you just can't stay on topic. You 0-3. This is the third time you talked and you just can't do it. And I'm okay with that. You need to be okay with that. You need to know your limitations. Right?
I wanted to tell me who cares? Who cares about the goddamn job? Who cares?
Oh, yeah. Everyone is just like, YouTube ain't feeling it either. YouTube, no. They're like, next, you're voted off the island. You've been voted off the island.
You gave him the breadcrumbs to your answer was like, here's what we're talking about, and he's still I'm from this ninja. If you don't get somewhere and sat what they call the hell down.
Yep, that's it, Stephen Rand. Yep. Hey Stephen, how are you? Stephen Randall. And it's in the relationship, he said, if there is one word to explain life, it is relationship. And that relationship is between you and you. Everyone in your experience is a reflection of the relationship you have with self.
it. You better speak it.
Is your self-concept that you're drawing into your experience. That's why you got to get clear with what you want, and you got to pay attention when you're double speaking. When you're not staying focused and staying at attention on the thing that you want to experience in your life, because you will find most people talk about what they don't want and then wonder why they get what they don't want. Because the currency of heaven is attention. It's not the dollar. It's not the yen. It's not the pesos and whatever currency, money, the different forms of currency there is. The true currency is attention. And if you give your attention to dollar bills, you'll get a lot of them. You give your attention to right relationship with self, understanding that you're abundant, you're loving, you're kind, you're joy, you're compassion, right? Like you said, turn that passion into compassion, right? Being compassionate with yourself, understanding of yourself, trusting yourself, knowing can't nobody pull the wool over your eyes. Ain't nobody going to trick you out your bag. You got to know that. You got to know that. Go ahead.
Ain't nobody gonna take advantage of you. Ain't nobody gonna bully you. Ain't nobody gonna, run you over. Ain't nobody gonna, you're not looking for no villains.
Oh, say that. You're not looking for no villains. I love that.
Every victim, every little low vibration, ass villain. Yes, I said that. They have to have a villain in their story, in their victimology.
You're right. It's always a them they.
Yes, and what somebody made, and what somebody did. This is what happened to me. Really? So you didn't have any, you're not gonna take any accountability for any of it? Come on, accountability is love.
Yeah, what you want to say, Key?
I was gonna say that I have a friend, like a girl, that I've been friends with for years, and we would spend every single work day on the phone, Monday through Friday, on her drive home from work, because she lived out south and worked way on the west side. You know anything about 94? The traffic during rush hour. And I was her person, and we talked on the phone for years, and the whole time we were on the phone, it was always what we don't want. We were always talking about men that we don't like, dad now than men, and talking about what we don't want to experience, because at that time, no clue that I was only supposed to be focused on what I want. And everything that we spent hours talking about, that was the only thing we experienced. And you would have thought a light bulb would have went off, and it never did. And it's kind of sad now, because I'm in this awareness, and I don't want to have nothing to do with her. And I don't know how, and she, and she calls, and, and I try my best to be like, have changed the topic, change the conversation. And because she's in her awareness, she just wants to, and I just kind of avoiding her. And I know she's, but it's nothing I can do. I don't want to sit there and talk about what I don't want to experience anymore.
But that's exactly what you're doing. Right now. Right now. That's what you're doing. You're doing exactly that. Yeah. I don't want to have that type of conversation. I don't want to talk about that. To say that you're not talking about it. And say then start saying what you do want to talk about it. You can change the script. Because I don't know if you heard me say that I had manifested a connection with a friend that I had. I hadn't talked to her in a while. And I was like, I know people say if you think about somebody, they'll text you. And she did, and I was like, because I was thinking prior to that, I need to stop throwing friendships away. I got a tendency to do that. Like, especially if we haven't talked in a while. And I'm like, that ain't cool. All can be redeemed. Because I don't need you to think like me. There's a reason why we were friends for so long. Right? And it's okay if you don't think exactly like me, because she's still in church. But the last conversation that we had prior to going a long time without it, it was such a beautiful conversation. it was so upbeat. She was like, oh my goodness, I love my job. I love, she's talking about her husband and how easy her job was and how much money she was making. And she didn't have to do much work and she was being elevated. And, it was just a great conversation, all positive. Right. And so, and for whatever reason, after that conversation, we just kind of fell off and we didn't really talk anymore. But I have been thinking about her. And I was like, oh my goodness. So she reached out to me, and she was inviting me to the 90th anniversary of their church. I told her I wasn't going, I said, I can't come, or whatever. But she was like, man, we need to get together. I miss you. I love you. Because she called me sis or whatever. And I was like, oh, I miss you too. And she was like, we need to get together. So the moment she said we need to get together, I learned from Key, let's make that happen. I was like, okay. Let
me get my calendar out.
I got some brunch spots I want to go to. I'm gonna send you some from IG that I want to check out or what have you. And I asked her about a particular date, but she's gonna be out of town for her husband's family reunion. So she was like, well, what about this date in August? She's like, that just seems so far away though too. I was like, I know, right? Because it's been way too long, right? I'm going into the experience to be like, I enjoy talking. Like, we really have really good time. I want to catch up with her. I want to talk to her, right? If this is a relationship you cherish, Key, you can rewrite and say that she doesn't have to think exactly like me. I love this person. I enjoyed our conversations, even because that's who I was then. But if she's reaching out to you, maybe she's who you are. Maybe she's going to identify with who you are now. You're judging her on a past experience. Mm-hmm. Maybe judge her on who you are now. Stop seeing her through your old eyes and see her through your new. I realize.
Where is he?
I know, right? I realize that she's amazing. She does have but good conversation. I don't know what the change has happened in her, but oh my goodness, when I talked to her, it was just so uplifting. It was so empowering. Like it's like she's a new person. Like, I don't even recognize this person anymore. How come it can't be that?
Can I answer that question?
1 second. I got a super chat. I got to acknowledge the super chat. $20 super chat. Thank you, Stephen Randall. If you learn to love yourself, you can learn to love everything. I'm so enthralled by what you do. Keep it up. You're changing lives, whether you know it or not. Oh, thank you. I just been getting so much love today. Like, oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Rand. Oh, Stephen, thank you. Okay, go ahead, Key.
That was so sweet what you said.
Oh my goodness. Because did you hear June today? Oh my goodness, June was. Oh, she's still in. Oh yes. I mean, after she showed the garden and how she was like, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh. But go ahead. I really appreciate it.
I was just gonna add to it and say that is one way to think about it. And I've done that in situations too, especially when you brought that to my attention. But then a part of it, and it's the way I'm thinking, if it doesn't feel natural anymore and I don't want to, then I feel like I'm at the point in life in which I don't feel like doing it.
Right. And you shouldn't have to. Right. Right. If you're not missing the relationship, right, you're not missing it. It's not something that you need, that you think, yeah. Exactly. And there's no condemnation. You shouldn't be made to feel guilty about it, right? Nope. It's that's just not, and that's okay. That is completely okay.
But it was just a weird feeling because I'm like, I'm trying to force myself to reach out to her and continue the relationship.
See, I didn't force myself. I didn't reach out to the person.
You wanted to. Yeah. Oh, and she reached out to you. Yeah. Okay.
I did not reach out to her. I said, let me try this law out. Who's the operating power in this reality? I am. She's gonna think think she initiated it, because what did she say? I know you probably saw it, but I want to make sure you saw it. See, she thought she initiated it. That's what people do. They think they're the initiator, but you're the operating power. You're controlling this. You're deciding this. But no, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like.
And that she is reaching out to me, but I just like.
Right. You've moved past on the relationship. You're like, I've outgrew it. I'm good where I am. You're right. Yeah. There's no harm, no foul. I was just giving you a different perspective. That's it.
But that is, and I love it. I mean, I've used that perspective before when we had that conversation before, and you were like, "Why?" And I've done that with people. I'm like, you know what? I'm seeing them through an old filter, and I'm the one thinking it. So why can't I just change the perspective? And I've done that in situations. I've gotten into it, situations with my family members, and I'm like, you know what? They're not thinking about this argument. I'm going to talk to them again, and it's going to be as if we've never had that argument, and it's just going to be a whole lovely conversation. And then sure enough, in a couple days, it's as if the argument never happened.
Yep.
So when you told me, because you gave example, and I'm like, that really works. I'm like, dang, that really works. And this is as if the confrontation never took place. And before you shared that with us, I would think, oh, they're upset, they're mad. And so then it's tension. I'm the one that's creating the tension, right? Because I'm the one who's defensive, because I'm thinking that it's still an issue. And if you think totally change your perspective, then the law is that, that's what you're going to attract, what you believe. So, yep. You're right. I'm learning.
that was a really cool perspective too that you gave, the last part that you gave, Sister Toyia. And I was thinking about that when you guys were chatting about it, because we all have, as mature as we are, we have a lot of girlfriends and stuff, and so like for me, when that kind of stuff comes up, I just kind of rest and be content in, if there's like some distance and stuff, because a lot of time what that looks like, I was listening to you, Key, is they have, because they're searching for villains, they will take your availability to them as like an opportunity to dump, just like dump all of their bad decisions and everything on you. So when you get more strengthened, if you will, then you can elevate that exchange, to where they'll be like, they'll be the ones like not wanting to come to you and dump that way, because there's no place to dump. Yeah, it's all elevation, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think we've all had those experiences. They just need a pity party participant. They need some villains, and I had to tell one of my really really close friends, we were thick as thieves, as they say, and I just had to tell her, like, so you just can't do that to me anymore, because I'm listening to you and I'm hearing your heart and all that, and you're not really looking for a solution for ways to improve. You just want to dump, and you can't do that with me, because I'm that's kind of like dumping on my loyalty and my love and concern for you. And she said to me, well, yeah, I wasn't looking for no answers, and then I was just venting. So we've set some boundaries there. You can't do that with me. You can't vent like that with me. And then we went about enjoying each other at dinner and stuff like that.
Nice. Yep. Yep. But it's just like, I remember like when I first came into this understanding, I would always say, I want to have eyes too pure that I don't behold iniquity, right? To them that are pure, all things are pure. So I want to move in the reality that there's no wrongness in another. I only see the beauty in their eyes, right? So if I can only see the beauty, I don't see the wrongness, then I can't judge them from past experiences. I can't judge them and see that this relationship can't also continue to blossom and to elevate. Why? Because I'm elevating, and I'm the light, and I raise the light. I'm the vibration, so I raise the vibration. I am the joy bringer. I am the love giver. I am the peacemaker. I am all of that, and my world has to reflect that.
Absolutely. I am.
And that's just my perspective, right? I'm not saying everybody has to share that. Everybody has to want that, right? We're all on our own individual paths. We're all here to have our own individual experiences, right? But that was just something I had been That was something that had come to my awareness. And I was like, yeah, I need to stop. I'm not that same person anymore, so I need to stop doing what that old person would do. That old person would just let relationships fall off just because there was distance there. But I'm like, yeah, like I'm in my 50s, and and I'm like, I'm talking about having friendships and close relationships, but those relationships are already there, and I'm thinking I have to go out and find new ones when I can just reestablish the ones that were already there. Because the same mindset that's going to create the new relationships can reestablish the old ones. It's the same mindset. I can get along with anybody. I don't care where you are in life. When you with me, you're automatically elevated because of who I am. The conversation must be elevated. I am the standard. So,
I am tall. I'm tall.
Not bad, not bad body and bad and oral hygiene. Oh Lord, I guess yes, that will cause a relationship not to go right. You're right. You're exactly right.
You ain't know their breath was stinking when y'all getting to know each other before they got in your bed. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on.
Lord, why are we creating people with bad breath and oral hygiene? Like in bad hygiene. Well, why we letting them into the chat? We write that script.
Why they get a
right? How did they get an invitation?
Yeah. Why is that? Who is that? They're not like us.
They should not even be entering into the chat. Those people walk on by.
Just walk on by and breathe elsewhere. Turn your head.
Talking about what you don't want to experience, right? That's a pure example of one.
That part right there.
Why would you even bring that up?
That part.
Because you know why? They may be the stinking breath, see? Because that's what you manifested. You got exactly. Hello. Now knock it off. You didn't know they didn't have stinking breath. We recently had a group in-person conversation with some ladies and gents, and this victim searching so hard. They be shopping hard for villains and stuff to fit their victimology. She was telling us about this dude that she had married for about 2.2 minutes, and they broke up. And so she was saying the reason why they broke up, of course, it was she was such a victim. He did this, he did that, and he turned out to be a man who doesn't prefer women. This was the lie.
So it's on the DL.
See, that's what she said. But I just peeped game. So the first thing she said about it, we were joking around about stinking breath, and she said, "Oh yeah, my ex has stinking breath." Before she even got done, here was me. Well, why you marry a stinking breath ninja? Hello. And do you know what the lack of accountability said? Oh, I didn't know he had stinking breath. Really? You didn't know when you was banging each other out that he had? Stop it, girl. Stop it. This can't handle this lack of accountability. We're so grown, you know.
That's wild. Yeah, just like I'm not gonna say I didn't see the forest for the trees. I couldn't see it because I was blinded by lust. I was addicted.
That would be taking accountability, wouldn't it? She didn't take any accountability. She said the dude had stinky breath, and she married the ninja. Girl,
Yeah. Wow.
It's not gonna be comfy cozy for you over here because we got a no victim, no villain zone over here.
Yep.
Okay?
That part. That's that part. Yep. So we have Toyia on the scene. Hello, Toyia. How are you?
Hello.
I'm getting off here in a few minutes. Go. Hi. How have you been?
I've been MIA.
I know. How have you been? Yeah.
I've been working and I have been manifesting. I'm telling you a quick manifestation between me and my friend that I've been getting close. It's funny y'all talking about that because I have been getting back into friendships. And what you're saying is exactly right. I've manifested one new one, but I really just connected with my old girls. Like, just back with my girls. Like, because we on the same mindset. When they're with me, we're on the same mindset. One of my friends was actually getting on my nerves at one point, and I said, she gonna have to stop doing that. She gonna have to stop doing it because I'm not gonna be able to. And you know, I didn't even have to talk to her about it. She just stopped doing it. She just stopped doing it, and she hasn't done it since.
Beautiful.
I was just telling my boyfriend. I told him, I said, she got to stop that one because I don't like it. And she stopped doing it. And I thought I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. Didn't have to have a conversation. And I was just like, well, thank God, because I love you. We've been friends for 9 years. I want to keep it going for the rest of our lives. Aww. But some things I just cannot stand, and I just don't think about them, so they don't happen. Beautiful. That's really something I realized. But we were supposed to get together recently, and I didn't want to go, y'all. I just wasn't in the mood. It was yesterday. And it rained so hard they canceled. Look at
that! Ah! You didn't have to cancel. They canceled.
They canceled. I was like, woo, I didn't want to go to that. No, I love y'all, but I'm not in the mood. Because what else you're saying is also helping me realize in my actual romantic relationship, I got to take accountability. I've been manifesting some wrong things, and they rearing their little ugly head. And I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna act like I'm surprised. I heard what Roger said, but I already knew it earlier today. I said I've been at my house. You know, it's crazy. I was doing real good. I was talking to myself great, and then everything was going great. And something happened. It didn't go the way I wanted it to, and I turned into a child. And I started talking to myself about, here you go again. And now I hear it back, and now I got to deal with it.
Wow. Well, no, you don't. You can revise it. Just like you talk yourself into it, you can talk yourself up out of it.
Because I'm just like, I don't want to be with nobody else, and I know I did it. So I'm just going to do what I got to do.
You got to just revise it. You can just revise it. That's all.
That's what I'm going to do. And if something happens again, I'm going to stick with the plan. Something happens.
What you mean if something happens again? Why are you writing it again happening?
Hey, I'm doing it. You right. Nothing going to happen, period. You right. See?
First of all, that never happened.
It never happened.
So it can't happen again because it actually never happened.
Thank you. Keep me straight. I appreciate it. Keep me straight.
The power of revision, boys. It's a wonderful tool.
Yes, Kevin just sent me a book not too long ago, and that's what really got me thinking. And I'm just like, I'm manifesting not to go to the get together, so I can manifest not to deal with this.
Yeah,
nothing to deal with.
Nothing to deal with.
Everything's fine.
That's it.
Fine. But the friendship thing is beautiful too, because I used to have a big issue. I thought I had a big issue with friendships. The same thing, kind of like Key was saying. And the truth is, you're right. If you don't want to be around them no more, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. But it's also nothing wrong with picking up. I've been thinking about picking up with an old friend, and honestly, it seems like she's in a better place. It feels like we will be more aligned at this point. And it will be, I'm a touch and go type of friend, so I'm not a person that likes to be around people 24/7. We ain't got to hang out every weekend.
Right.
So as long as that's respected and my space is respected, I mean, it's already going to happen. I'm not manifesting anything in my life that's going to cause frustration. I'm not even thinking about frustration. So if I do reach out to her, everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
all good in the neighborhood.
But I do be watching on the outside. I know I've been missing action, but I be watching. I've been working. I've been in the studio too. So
beautiful, nice, beautiful. Nice, yes, definitely. Love it.
That's high vibration music. That's where we at.
That's all right. It's beautiful. But yeah, no one has to do anything they don't want to. Nothing should feel like force, right? Friendships should not feel like work. no relationship should ever feel like work.
That's good.
No relationship.
Talk your stuff, sis. Tell them. Come on.
It should be effortless. So if you feel like a friendship you're maintaining is draining you and it's too much effort, who's the cause? I know we wanted, like we were just talking about victim mentality. You cannot say that they're draining you.
Okay.
You're allowing yourself to be drained. Why? Why are you allowing yourself to be drained? Why are you giving someone else that much power over you? Like Roger that was talking about earlier about, saying that's something that's idolatry. Anytime you give something outside of you the power, whether it's a friend, money, whatever, government, whatever. Anytime you say they're the cause for your misery, you've just given them your power. You've created the illusion that something outside of you can dictate your reality when you know that isn't true. Nothing outside of you dictates your reality. Everything comes from within.
Mm-hmm.
It's as within, so without.
Mm-hmm.
So it's never them. Remember, there's no them, that, and they. It's all you, boo. All you. This is your story. So you wrote in your story that you can be drained, that somebody can lower your vibration, that someone can make you feel mad, sad, depressed. You're saying you're giving your power away because your wealth, your abundance, your richness, your solace, all of that comes from within. That's the law of correspondence that Kevin said earlier. Everything comes from within you. You are the source and the cause of everything. Got to take accountability for it all. But here's the thing, because you know it's you, just do the right thing. Do the right thing, says Spike Lee. Do the right thing. What's the doing the right thing? Think right.
You're right.
Just think right. It's so simple.
And you got to take accountability when you're thinking wrong and know that that's your fault. And as much as you can say, oh, they're this, they're that, they're only that because you keep saying it. Like you said, like y'all was saying, they're only that because you keep saying it. Because I know, you know that you're this and that. And then the other person you got with you is, okay, that's part, like you said, part of you.
Yep. Stephen said, leave breadcrumbs every day and you will remain a mystery. That is so attractive. Okay. He like the breadcrumbs. Okay. And Kanji said, Kangi, I think that's how you say it. If my loved one and I could laugh together and cry together, then we are one. Yes, you should be able to, because you already one.
That's right.
It's not if you are one, it's because you are one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everything in your world is you. Your world is your mirror. It's you pushed out, as Neville Goddard would say, right? Everyone is you pushed out. People don't like that, though. They're like, wait a minute, what you mean they're me? They're not me. When we say they're you pushed out, we mean they are only showing up as you think about them. It's how you think about them, right? So if you're saying with my friend, they only can play the victim. They never have anything good to say. They don't. Who's thinking that? But if you feel like, being a friend is just going to be exhausting, right? It's your reality. Then yeah, you write them about the script.
You don't have no friends.
you say you're going.
You get to be a friend to you first. So that's the thing. That's the key. Are you your friend? How friendly are you to you? How gracious?
Yeah.
And patient and kind. Because how you treat you is gonna spill over. Hello.
Yeah. So, just everything done in love. What does Philippians 4:8 says? Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, noble, just, honest, true, praiseworthy, and of good report. How are you that's what you're to think about. right? So even if you're not friends with the person anymore, you should still only be thinking lovely things of them, wishing them well, saying that, oh, they figured it out. They have the man that they always wanted, even though we talked about, right? Whatever you're saying about them, when you think of them, you should be thinking the noble. You should be thinking the lovely.
I wanted to say, I think that way about like even like strangers on the street, anybody that comes in my space, we all have the right mindset. You know, people go, oh, people are gonna mess with me, but nobody messes with me because we all have anybody that comes near me in that moment. If they may lose it when they move away from me, but in that moment, while they're in my vicinity, they got the right mindset. They know how to act. They're not going to do anything that might hurt me or bother me, or they're not trying to. They're all on my team because we're all one, and they know it. Yes. They might not, don't know it, but they know it because I'm saying it.
Yes,
Random things aren't going to happen to me. I don't have to worry about, oh, somebody's going to smack me on the side of the road. No, that's not going to happen. Because when I'm around, everybody knows they're supposed to make sure I'm safe.
That's it. Yes, we reached 100K. Yes, we can end on that note. Just know whatever you think, like your words are a boomerang. The Bible tells you that. My words that I send forth, they never return void. So whatever you're thinking, since you're the creator, you're the only thinker in your reality. Since you're thinking it, you're creating it. You got to know this. Because you're thinking it, you're creating it, whatever you're thinking. So think whatever's lovely and pure and just and noble and praiseworthy and virtuous and everything, a good report. Think that way. So then your good comes back to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Shall what men get up into your bosom? Because the measure you meet shall be what? Measure to you again. That same measurement you use against other people when you talk, whatever you're judging people as, is always judged back to you. Someone's going to judge you the same way that you judged another, because there is no other. It's all you. The thing you're thinking of another is really what you're thinking of yourself, because you're creating the reality of it. There are no other thinkers. There's a one-player game, as Mia would say. One-player game. You're the controller. You're the Sims character. You're also the programmer of the Sims character. You're the console. You're all of you. You're the whole shebang. You're every part. You're playing every part.
The blueprint. Come on.
Ooh. You're the architect. Let's go. The blueprint. Yep. You're all of it. So this was another great live. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. So Stephen says, if you trust someone enough to let yourself go to them, then you can enter the boundaries of true love. Aw. And the true love is what? Whitney Houston. The greatest love of all. It's easy to achieve. Yeah. Because learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. That's the greatest love. Because when you love you, love is reflected back to you. That's all it can be. Because what? The world is a mirror. So when you love you, you have to be shown love because you are love. You don't have to gain love, prove love, earn love. Why? Because you are love. You are love. And love is a power. It's not an emotion. I get so emotional, baby. No, it's not. Love is a power. God is love. God is a power. God is not emotions. Well, feelings, because emotions just mean energy and motion. So in that case, yes, God is emotions in the case that you understand emotions mean energy and motions, but it does not care if you're happy, sad, mad, or glad. It don't care. In that sense, it's not feelings. No one cares about your feelings but you. Feelings does not matter when it comes to consciousness. Consciousness only cares about your attention. Because you can cry about being rich, and guess what? You'll get rich. You can be angry about thinking somebody gonna scam you, and the conscience don't care if you angry about it. Attention to it. So guess what is going to happen? They don't care how you feel about it. They don't care about your feelings. It cares about what you give your attention to. So just be careful. Mind your business. Your business is paying attention to what you're thinking. Because what you're thinking, you're creating. That's your only business. Master your own mind. Master your own thoughts. You are the operant power. You are the cause. You are the creator in your reality. Through your conscious, don't stop being unconsciously creating. No more unconscious creating. We don't unconsciously create anymore. We're very deliberate, right? I said prosperous living is about vision, purpose, and intention. Because without a vision, people perish, right? Your purpose is your knowledge of self. And your intention is wherever your attention goes. That's your attention. You intend to give attention to this, whatever this is. So prosperous living. So I'm going to end with this verse, 3 John and 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. I love our manifesting your SP. We're going to see how it's going to blossom and bloom. I think we said the goal may be trying to do like a dating game, a speed dating game for those of you that may be interested in finding finding love on the app. I know a lot of other platforms do it, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see if that's something we will do. But hopefully this broadcast tonight, helped a lot of us gain clarity about what we want, what we desire, and know because we're desiring it, we already have it. The thing we want wants us because we already are the thing we want. You wouldn't be desiring if you didn't already have it. So thank you. Stephen said, I've been watching you for a couple of months now. You have helped me increase my confidence, and my wife sure can see it. Oh, I love you. You are my secret. Oh,
that's so sweet.
It is. Thank you so much. Thank you, Stephen. Oh. All right, guys. All right. Yes, that was beautiful. Oh, just really appreciate all the love. I love you guys. That's why we do this, right? That's why we do this. This is truly a community we are building, right? This is truly an amazing community. And I thank you guys because we are one. Yes. All right, guys. Have a great night. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Gratitude.
Gratitude.